So when do I turn it down? Like now.
You're listening to Boomer and the Beard, the pulse of Americana, with your beautiful bearded host, Zach Walker, Alabama's best no-holds-barred, constitutionally conservative, Christ-centered talk radio. If that don't fire you up, then your wood's wet. Now, it's time for your bearded host, Zach Walker.
Good morning. Welcome into Boomer and the Beard. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host. We have braved Icepocalypse 2021 to make our way to the studio. We have everyone in the studio. We've got an additional guest. We've got 5 of us here. We've got 1 at Master Control. We had 6 people make it, not just on time, but safely. I tallied up the total of amount of asphalt I slid across versus I drove across. Drove across. Sorry.
Driven.
English is hard. And I drove more than I slid. So I would call that a successful and safe trip. We've got all kinds of options we need to discuss because today we're on till 8, but we are everyone's backup plan. So if Dale Jackson can't get in today or tomorrow, we're just going to keep talking. We're just going to keep talking until Rush comes on. And so we got a lot of plans to make because we got to figure out how do we safely avoid Icepocalypse 2021. And so we'll talk about those ideas, those plans. But before we can do that, we have got to get everybody on the field. Joining us all the way from Northern Virginia, a fan favorite of the show, joins us every week via whatever interview software we're using nowadays. Ronald Gulick, a good friend of mine. I've known him for 25 years.
Has it been that long?
It has been that long. I know it's hard to wrap our minds around.
24 years too long.
That's correct. 24 years too long. Thanks for coming. We'll see you later, buddy. Door's right over there.
All right.
So
your segment's over.
Yeah, I know you flew down here and you plan to stay a week, but turns out I don't like it. So it's time for you to go. But no, I'm kidding. I had to pick Ronald up from the airport last night. We had a rather dicey drive home at times. At times, rather dicey. Mm-hmm. On the way there, I got sideways twice.
A couple of trucks on the side of the road.
One flipped.
I
mean, literally, we flipped right before we got. I mean, because there was still steam coming out of the. I mean, you still had. It obviously wasn't exhaust because it was no longer running, but there was steam coming off of it and
wheels spinning.
I don't know about that, but that may be a bit of an exaggeration. But I can work with it. This is good. This is a good start. We're gonna go to Britain. No, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, I mean, I got sideways twice on the way there, like legitimately. And we need to talk about that. Before we do, let's get everybody else in here. Producer Connor, how are you this morning?
I'm doing good. Good to be here.
We added an extra mic to the setup. We got the old 5 mic going on here. Oh, dang it, I meant to add you a personal camera over there.
I always love how explanative Connor is. Like
explanative?
Yeah, is that a word?
Explanatory.
There you go. Something like that. He just always
right. Explanatory.
Sure, yeah, that'll work.
Can you use explanative? Is that a word? I don't think that's a word.
I've never heard it. Doesn't mean it's not a word.
Did you
almost
use it on your SAT?
Mr. Dictionary? But you're good, buddy. You made it safe. I see you brought a big old bag over there. You ready to get iced in? Icepocalypse 2021?
Nah, it's just my book bag.
Oh darn! I thought we were gonna have a big sleepover. I know Hayden brought his overnight bag. Hayden, what's up, buddy?
What's up?
You ready to get iced in, bro?
Yeah, I am ready.
Yeah, so ready. I can tell. Yeah, I'm ready.
I brought boots and everything.
I brought my boots and everything.
Oh.
I'm so excited to be here. My name's Hayden. That's what you sound like.
Well,
I think your voice is a little higher than that, but...
Yeah, give me a little time and I'll pep up.
Well, you texted me at 4:15. You've been up a while. Did you not get your butt pucker factor going on the way over here? There was no slidey, no icy?
A little icy. I walking in the door over here.
Oh,
I
yeah.
almost slipped and fell.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that here in a minute because our boy Jonah liked to ate it this morning. I'm talking about ate it this morning. Speaking of, Jonah, how are you, man?
Good morning. I just showed up to get my ice participation trophy, so where it at?
well,
it's on its way.
We will work on that. So this morning coming out of the truck was a little bit challenging.
Oh, yeah, especially when you're a little top-heavy and 40.
So walk me through what happened.
Well, come from Decatur, so I was feeling pretty confident. Pulled up in the parking lot. Hey, I made it.
Put 30 miles in.
Oh yeah,
He good.
got out 2 feet. I was like, uh-oh. Tried to make it up the ramp, slid backwards. I still got them balance skills, Joe.
All those little fast twitch
He
muscles
said,
working.
he said I made it 30 miles. I let my guard down for a minute. That's so good.
I didn't have my life alert badge on me, so I couldn't have called nobody.
Oh man, Ty. So you enjoy. Joining us over here. To my right is Ty Oswald, who is what do you call it? The founder, the president, the
Janitor.
chief beard.
The janitor.
At Bearded Warriors, which is a foundation that exists solely to prevent suicide of veterans and aid in veteran resources for those that are struggling and need it. And so we'll constantly be talking about that. You can find more about Ty at beardedwarriors.org or at boomerandbeard.com. He's right there on our homepage in the banner at the top. He's one of the images that cycles through, and you just click on that. It'll take you to their website. So you can find them any number of ways. But so you opted for the hashtag van life this morning as opposed to the 4x4? Or is it an all-wheel drive Sienna?
Van culture.
So you went front-wheel drive over 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Why?
Uh,
Just like driving your van more than you like the truck?
yeah.
I
Well,
know what
'cause
it
it's-
is.
well, if
Figured it'd be too hard to get into the truck.
Well, if I crash, I got more room to lay down until somebody comes and gets me.
That's fair. It had nothing to do with the fact that you're short and that truck's tall and maybe might have like slick steps or anything.
Well, there's that, but the Jeep's a little bit harder to get into because of the lip.
The Jeep?
Yeah. I have a Jeep with a 6-inch lift on it.
Oh, I would have probably opted for Jeep and Ice.
That's probably going to be tomorrow
Mm.
because it has a winch.
Ooh.
So if I do slide off, I can just be like,
Winch yourself back out. Yeah. No, I get that. That's But don't.
I
mean,
can see like Jurassic Park. You know that time in Jurassic Park where the guy's running from the park and he's like, and then the Velociraptors get him.
yeah,
That's what I'm picturing for you right now.
I can see that. Well, I don't know. That's kind of what I felt like the last 40 feet trying to get in the door like Jonah.
dude, it's so slick out here. It's so slick. It does feel like a Velociraptor is chasing you, and you can't go anywhere. It's I wonder, do we have a healthy population of Velociraptors here in Huntsville, Alabama?
I mean, but now that I think about it, I'm not certain it was a Velociraptor, but it was a something because these are the ones that spit the tar in your eye and made you lose your sight before they.
I'll be honest with you. I've never been a big Jurassic Park fan.
Well, that's
you?
just disappointing.
Just the part where the T-Rex gets out and starts screaming and hollering and makes everybody kind of shake.
Yeah, you do like that scary part. I don't do scary. That terrified me, but I'm kidding. I just completely lost my train. Oh, I was going to say the only Jurassic Park I'm down with is the newer one, with the
Oh, yeah.
Jack Black, and it's a terrible movie, but it's hilarious. I noticed that a lot of The Rock's movies are like that. We talked about him the other day, and we were giving him a lot of praise, and I'm not sure he deserves it.
What?
His movies are awful.
No, he deserves
I think
it.
you're.
I mean, it's a big dude. in
Are you thinking of a
pink
different movie?
tutu.
No, what? Oh, that's Jumanji. Good gosh.
Yeah, I was
Jumanji,
fixing to say, I was
yeah.
like,
For the love of all that's good. Shut up, Hayden.
I just had to chime
Shut
that
up.
in.
I didn't know where you were going either. I
Shut
was
up,
like, wait a
Hayden.
second.
Shut up, Ronald.
Hey, they both started
Shut
with
up.
J.
Shut up, Jonah.
That's right.
Or maybe
Shut up, Ty.
Maybe you know something we
Shut
don't
up,
know.
Ty.
Zach has the inside
Shut up,
scoop
Ronald.
on Hollywood. Well, we all shut up.
Shut up, Ronald.
Okay.
Jumanji. At least they start with the same letter.
Yep.
Can I get some love there?
No.
Participation trophy. On
That's
that.
right. I want my participation trophy. So no, we are here. We're excited. Obviously, we're gonna have a good time. Ronald will be with us all week, and then we're gonna convince him to move down here
I'm
and
here
join
all
us
week.
full time.
Right.
His wife Erin is probably super excited about that. I can say that though because she's not up right now listening, and so we can say that Ronald. We can say you might as well just say it. I'm gonna move here.
I'm moving here.
There it is.
Yeah.
He said it. He spoke it into existence, and so since his wife didn't hear it, he's not gonna
Not going to be held to it.
Well, I was
Oh,
about
we
to
have
say,
a call on line one.
Yeah.
Caller, what's your name? Oh, hey, honey. It's the
Oh,
earliest you've been up in ever.
you better be careful. There's a podcast and a live stream archive. You better be real
Yeah.
careful,
And she's got an hour on us also.
That is true. That is true.
you better be real careful right now. I'm gonna tag her when I share the post.
Aaron, quick, turn it on. Turn it
I was
on.
about to say it's still early enough. It's still enough in the week. She can get divorce papers all the way up here.
Yeah,
like
she
she
could.
could get them to Alabama
Dude,
before.
look at me. Who's going to divorce this? Okay, I'll shut that one down.
Oh man, you're listening to Boomer and the Beard. We're so excited you joined us this morning. Stay with us, or you're a communist. Boomer and the Beard. We'll be right back.
And even our old farm co-host.
Boomer and the Beard. Boomer and the Beard.
Boomer and the Beard.
So, what do you want to eat?
I want something fastastic.
Fastastic.
Yes, fast yet fantastic.
Sounds swift-delicious.
Well, then let's go.
Eat more chicken with Chick-fil-A in Decatur. They have the tastes that you can't get anywhere else, from fantastic snacks and sides to the often intimidated but never duplicated original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. Delicious and juicy, boneless breast of chicken sandwich with its signature pickle slices. Now that's how a chicken sandwich should be. Always freshly prepared and backed up by award-winning My Pleasure customer service. Chick-fil-A believes in providing guests with great tasting food in a comfortable environment, making it the best restaurant experience you will get. Download the Chick-fil-A app today. Bypass the line and enjoy your Chick-fil-A even faster. 2 great Chick-fil-A locations in Decatur, ready to serve you. Stop by today on Highway 31 South and on the Beltline in Decatur.
You don't need a diet. That's work. You don't need a stylist. They're overrated. And you don't need to hang out with older or fatter people just to seem better in comparison either. All you need are these masters of video production. They'll make you look good.
Make your videos look good with Cotton Row Productions, the official live stream provider of Hometown Heartbeat and The Dale Jackson Show. We can handle events, church live streams, and your digital advertising. Call Cotton Row Productions today, 256-289-7355. That's 289-7355.
Bye, hun. Running late. Love you.
Hey, hon, you forgot your coffee.
For the days you need it most. Don't worry. Perk up and percolate with us. Put some love in your day with Just Love Coffee Cafe in Huntsville. From our award-winning specialty coffee to our unique and quirky menu, our customers at Just Love Coffee have found us to be a great spot for the highest quality coffee, breakfast, brunch, lunch, or dinner. You'll want to try our delicious waffles, wraps, sandwiches, and more. At Just Love Coffee, we're the place to go when you're by yourself but don't want to be alone. We're the place to go when you want to catch up with friends. We're the start and end point of your morning run. Stop by the Just Love Coffee Cafe today on Memorial Parkway Southwest in Huntsville and friend us on social media at Just Love Huntsville and brewing soon at Just Love Madison on Hughes Road across from Madison City Hall. Just Love Coffee. Eat, drink, love.
News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN.
Get up off of that thing.
What?
Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host. So thankful you've chosen to join us here each and every morning on your favorite, the smartest, the only radio show in the morning that is worth waking up to listen to at 5 a.m. Let's be honest, we wouldn't wake up at 5 a.m. if we didn't have to, but we do, and so we're here with you. And the one way that we have made amends or made an arrangement for you is our podcast. And so we would greatly appreciate you taking the time to go to boomerandbeard.com. That's boomer and beard, spell out the word and. go to there at the very top on the homepage, you'll see podcast link. And you just click on the podcast, subscribe, rate, review. That is the number one focus of our show right now, is creating that podcast following, because we can, that's something else that we can measure. And so as far as advertisers go, we can show the growth of the show. So if you love this show and you love the people on the show, so if you're related to, or if you feel guilty about, or if we can pay you to, no, I'm kidding. Please get on there and subscribe to the podcast and help us out as we continue to grow that. We saw 200% last month growth, and so we're living at about 1,200 active downloaders a month, which is not a bad number. I'm pretty happy with that, all things considered. When you look at this,
I download 300 of those.
That's physically impossible.
Okay, you're right.
So no, that's not impossible. Wait a minute, let me think. No, that is impossible. You can only download 30 of them a month.
Then I do that.
Thank you, buddy. I do too, so I count. But that's the best way that you can help us. The other way you can help us is not derailing my train of thought.
Oh, I apologize.
That's okay. Well played. Well played. So we're going to talk about, we'll talk about a little bit. Let's talk about my journey last night, because we got to do a little weekend update, and it's a Monday, and that's what we do on Mondays. So weekend update, I will start. My weekend consisted of my son's birthday. Just a little bit of birthday fun. Happy birthday, Zayden. Love you, buddy. And we went to Let's Play in Huntsville. Is anybody familiar with Let's Play? It's like it's like an insane asylum for children.
Very
Padded
much
walls. I mean, the whole 9 yards.
Paid craziness.
Yeah, it's unbelievable craziness. And so we had our birthday there. Of course, coronavirus impacted where we could and couldn't do it. And so they were like the only place that would still allow it, which was hilarious. They pulled all the balls, the big ball pit they have there. It's one of my favorite parts, because you can take those balls up and they've got the cannons, and you can just wax kids in the head with the little Have you ever done that before?
Yeah.
Am I the only one?
No.
Okay. They have these ball cannons that are pneumatically operated, and you drop one of those balls out of the ball pits in them, and you can smoke children in the head. And it's fantastic, because like that little kid that's just running around acting a fool, like that his parents won't do anything about it. They won't do a thing about it, and he's down there just showing his rump to the whole world. I took it upon, I was like the superhero of the playground. Like, I took it upon myself to dish out superhero-like justice to all the little kids whose parents showed them no discipline whatsoever. And so I was so excited about being able to pick my son's friends off one by one, and then they took all the balls out of the ball pit because of COVID. I'm like, wait a minute. You're going to let them touch every other, like literally, kids are licking the floor, and you're worried about the balls in the ball pit? Like, we've literally got little Johnny peeing in a corner somewhere. Like, and you're worried about the ball pit? And the balloon pit. You know the big balloon pit in the inflatable area? Yeah. That's gone. I guess round-shaped objects are the only things that pass coronavirus. Careful. I see your brain spinning over there, Ty. Bring it back.
Yes.
Work it back. So I was a little frustrated about that. Don't you think the social justice mission of teaching other kids discipline when their parents won't discipline them is something worth pursuing?
Well, when I grew up, they just came over and snatched you up.
When I grew up, my parents would be pissed at other parents if they didn't snatch me up by the nape of the neck and whoop my tail.
I got spanked by a lot of people at church and my grandparents.
Yes.
My parents, I will tell you this. I remember a couple of times my parents got mad at the people that reprimanded me.
Really?
A little bit. Because they just thought it was a little out of line, especially my grandparents. My grandparents spanked me a couple of times. My grandmother took me to a psychologist one time with my sister. My mom was pissed. So, and I for that, like looking back, like if anybody actually took my kid and said, you know what, I'm going to take you to a psychologist because your parent's not going to be.
See, my dad had the rule of if somebody else spanked me, he's spanking me
too.
So I'm getting it twice.
I got it 3 times. I got it when I got caught by my parents' friends. I got it because I got caught, and then I got it because they did it, like if they were the one that did it. So I was like, well.
Do y'all remember the worst whooping you ever got?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Without question.
For sure.
Mine was when I peed on my sister. So my
oh wow. Wow. Now how old was this?
Well,
he was 14.
No, I was about 12.
That's a lot older than I was hoping for.
No, I know. No, I knew completely what I was doing, and she did something to make me mad, and so she came over by the porch, and our porch is like...
You realize we're broadcasting to lots of people, right?
Oh, dude, I tell the story all the time.
Okay.
Our porch is like 2 feet off the ground, and she said something.
He airmailed it. He rained it from above. That's so,
I know. She just stood, and she stood there and took it. Like,
He pulled the R. Kelly.
Yeah. Yeah, and so my slogan now is it's better to be pissed off than pissed on.
So pulled the R. Kelly at age 12.
I got whooped with a 12 gauge.
Whoa!
12.
I was about to say that's called assault with a deadly weapon.
No, like a 12 gauge extension cord.
Oh, ooh,
yeah, it was big.
Gosh,
it was
did
orange.
it have an end on it?
No, I mean he wrapped it up and.
Oh, so you got to double that, like.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Clap, clap.
Yeah.
Oh,
see, my dad had a special belt that just hung in the kitchen, so it wasn't like he pulled it off. It was already ready. It was
always ready.
It was on a nail on the wall by the refrigerator.
I'm pretty sure my dad had a quick disconnect on his because it was the one that he was wearing, and it was like.
It was one of those assault belts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of those high-speed, low-drag, just when you need it's there belt.
I can't even be mad you're going to spank me. You got off that off so quick.
Yeah,
like, that's impressive,
literally,
Dad.
you're just excited. You're just like, wow, I want it when I grow up. I want to have a belt that comes off that fast. See, I don't whoop my son with a belt.
Well, I wear shorts, so it's like,
yeah. I don't think you own a pair of pants with belt loops. So,
No.
I don't whoop my son with a belt. I beat him with my hand. Closed fist right in the face. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally joking. No, I spank my son like normal people. My wife's probably like, good Lord, DHS or DHR showing up at our house today. For the record, my name is Jonah Waters, and I live in Point Mallard. Okay.
In today's
so
news,
if you've got any questions, but
Boomer and the Beard get yanked off the air for.
Actually, yeah, Boomer here. That's Boomer talking.
That's right.
Boomer is talking. So, but no, it is definitely one of the things that watching your kid around other kids is so rewarding because outside of context, you think your kid is Satan sometimes. Like you literally think your kid has been possessed by the demon called Satan. And then when you get him around other kids, and for those, because look, there are a lot of parents of kids who were at my son's party that listened to our show because they all told me how appreciate the show. I'm not talking about our group that my son had was pretty well behaved as a whole, right? But you're looking at shut up, Ronald. You're looking at
good save, Zach.
I mean, how many people were there though? I mean, there's 100 kids in there running around, just running crazy. Like it wasn't just our kids' party, and so now. Look, there may be one or two at my son's party that I wanted to shoot in the head,
like
but
a Chuck E. Cheese. Is it like a Chuck E. Cheese or what?
No. Do you remember DZ Discovery Zone back in our day?
Can I
DZ
sing
Discovery Zone, a place where I can be on my own.
DZ, where they want to be.
Yeah, there it is. Maybe it was just a Northern Virginia thing.
No, I worked there.
No, we had one here. It was
really?
It was on University where 88 Buffet is now.
See? So it was like it's like an indoor ropes course for kids plus a ball pit plus like slides plus like trampolines.
It's like Wipeout, but the kid version.
Yes.
I just had a thought. I remember we was still young, elementary, but my dad would be like, all right, so do y'all want to go to Chuck E. Cheese or get a present? I mean, it wasn't both. It wasn't go to Chuck E. Cheese and get a present. It was pick one, son.
That's so fun. You're always one. Yeah, I love how you just run right behind all of us. It's so I love it. Connor, did you get whooped with a belt?
No.
Has Connor ever been disciplined?
Probably not. He's perfect.
I'm the perfect child.
Perfect in every way.
Connor, do you have any siblings?
I have a younger sister.
Have you ever peed on her?
No.
What would happen if you did?
Would you get whooped with a belt?
I don't know. That's a.
I mean, you're
I'll
17
try,
now, so
we'll
let's
see.
hope. Let's hope that we don't have to consider.
Is
what
there
that
an
may
amount
look
of
like.
money that you would try that later this week?
No.
All right. So, do you guys remember Tim the Toolman Taylor, Home Improvement?
Yeah.
So he's Wilson. Because I can't see anything.
Yeah.
I can't see anything below his nose, and so the whole time he's just like, "Howdy, neighbor," and it's odd. Hayden, how were you disciplined?
If I said a bad word, I got my mouth washed out.
Yep, been there.
For sure.
That happened to me when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know my mama.
Yeah.
She ain't no joke.
Just stick that.
She's no
yeah, she didn't play around with that. But,
so did she? Question about that. Did she use bar soap or what? Because my mom, I'll tell you what my mom did. You know the orange Dial, like just OG original Dial soap.
Yeah.
Okay. She took my toothbrush, snatched it up off the freaking thing, and went liquid soap down the toothbrush like it was toothpaste, and then commenced to this day. If there is orange Dial soap, if I'm in a public restroom and I hit that thing and it's orange Dial soap, I literally have to try to get it off my hands as fast as possible. If I smell it, I'm throwing up. Like, I'm throwing up. It's happening. It's inevitable. It cannot be controlled because that stuff. Hey, I was over there like, Mom, could we not have picked something that didn't freaking foam up? Is like, look, I'm glad it's sudsy, okay? When I'm washing my hands, it's great. But when we're in my inner molars and between my teeth, I don't want these bubbles in there. But no, did she go that way or did she go bar soap?
I think it was bar soap.
You got off easy.
Yeah.
You got off.
Yeah,
easy.
or she'd spray vinegar in my mouth. She had like a vinegar thing, like a vinegar. Yeah.
It sounds like you had a bad language problem. She had multiple ways to attack.
Maybe I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
Could have been it.
Oh man! Well, we're up against the break here this morning. We're so thankful for you guys joining us again. We've got Ronald Gulick in studio. We've got Jonah. We've got Ty. We've got Connor. We've got Hayden. The whole team is here. When we come back, we're going to discuss our options for safely making sure that we can be here in the morning. Because look, we got to have a show in the morning. I heard you loud and clear last night on the live stream. You let me know that you wouldn't be okay without us not being here. Like, you don't know what you do. Now, I do have one question for you that I hate to say out loud, but why in the world are you awake if you're off? I'm just saying. I mean, I don't understand that. So if you're driving in, you're up right now, 866-494-9866. Actually, don't call me if you're driving because that would be unsafe. My bad. But if you're up and moving, give us a call. Let's talk to you. We'll figure out what our plan is. We'll make sure we're here for you guys tomorrow. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Boomer and the Beard. This is News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. News starts now.
People in Texas are undergoing rotating power outages today as the state experiences a winter storm that is dropping snow and ice.
You never think you see the day until you got snow coming down like this.
That's Kevin James in San Antonio, who says he didn't think he'd ever see the Alamo covered in snow.
Arctic air dropping down through the plains into Texas, turning roads into skating rinks. In El Paso, mangled big rigs littering this highway. Overnight, wind chills dipping below zero in San Antonio. Conditions so extreme in Houston, the city could see its coldest February in 122 years.
ABC's Andrea Fujii. North Carolina's Republican Party will vote today on whether to censure Senator Richard Burr, who was one of 7 voting to convict former President Trump during Trump's second impeachment trial among the Republicans. A new ABC News Ipsos poll shows 58% of Americans believe that the former president should have been convicted and barred from holding office in the future, including 88% of Democrats and 14% of Republicans. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
4.
Dan, where you been?
Well, it's hard to golf with bulky oxygen tanks. So I went to AeroCare and got a lightweight portable oxygen concentrator that I wear like a backpack.
Wow. Does insurance cover it?
They sure do. AeroCare called my insurance and I had my machine the next day. I'm as free as a bird, or birdie.
AeroCare specializes in all respiratory equipment. If you have sleep apnea or are in need of oxygen, let AeroCare set you up. Call 256-469-3900. Let us help you breathe a little easier.
Got you covered screen printing and embroidery in Athens. Our team is here to help you with custom printed t-shirts that you want. And we know that means quality. At Got You Covered Screen Printing and Embroidery, we focus on the highest quality and the fastest turnaround time possible. Got You Covered Screen Printing and Embroidery on West Sandifer Road in Athens. Call to make an appointment with our graphic designer. She's awesome. 256-444-4500. That's 444-4500. And online at GotYouCoveredAthens.com.
News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN.
Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. I'm Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host. So thankful for you all joining us here each and every morning. We're just excited to be here. Boomerandbeard.com, Boomer and Beard. Spell out the word and. Let me also tell you about MyPillow. Ronald slept on one last night for the first time.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic. Never sleep on anything ever again.
That's right.
Ever.
ever.
But they are offering. They're back to their. If you missed the $29.99 pillow, you're a fool because we literally been talking about it for like 2 months. So if you missed that, have no fear. There's a special on the Giza Dream Sheets. You guys, those are the most comfortable sheets in the world. You did not have Giza Dream Sheets last night, I don't think. But you did have the mattress topper.
Yeah.
You had 2 different pillows in there.
I did. I used them both.
Yeah, I don't want to know how you used one of them. But no, I'm kidding. MyPillow.com/radio specials. Use promo code BEARD. Or MyPillow.com/radio specials. Use promo code BEARD. What, I meant between his knees. I use one between my knees to keep my knees from banging together.
Well, I slept without my beautiful woman.
Right, you had to snuggle up to one.
Yeah, I needed. Yeah.
Now he's digging, boy. He's digging out of that hole. He's made for himself the first. You know she's going back to watch.
Yeah, probably. No, she ain't. She's not up, man. She is not up.
No, but you realize this is archived in multiple areas.
You realize my wife is not going to get up. She's not.
You're making your debut.
Yes,
on a talk show.
I am,
and she's not going to go back and watch it in support of you.
You know what? She's not a podcast watcher. She's not a. She watches the.
No, but she's a husband
TikTok.
watcher.
Yeah, she is. Oh, sorry. No. Okay.
I told you we needed the crickets.
No, but now that does give me a good idea. We really do need the. Bow chicka bow now. That is a sound effect. Sound effect. Good gracious, Zach, use your words. It's a sound effect we need definitely. So, anyways, my pillow. It won't take the place of your wife, but it will let you sleep soundly so that you'll forget she's not there. No, I'm kidding. MyPillow.com/radio special. Use promo code BEARD. You could get a deep discount on anything on the site. So just go on there, buy whatever you want, use our promo code, and you're going to save a boatload of money. So
Michael Lindell's going to use that on his next commercial. The wife comment.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's probably right.
And
then I'll get royalties.
Yeah.
And then we'll
like
be
that.
rich.
Yep.
Done. All right. So we are in the middle of Ice Apocalypse 2021. I mean, it's so bad Connor even packed the survival kit to bring to the studio. So he's got the biggest backpack I've ever seen. Maybe we go through the contents and just see what's in there. No, I'm kidding. We would never invade his private space like that. If Hayden was here, we definitely would, but not Connor. He's got tenure. And so Connor is the longest running member of the cast outside of the Beard, and he's got every day the Beard's got. So don't forget, you work for freaking Connor, okay? Don't you ever forget it.
That's producer Connor.
Yeah, but to me, he's just Connor.
Oh,
he's my friend Connor.
Oh, Corn Pop Connor.
Corn Pop 50-50 Connor.
He's my 16-year-old friend
17-year-old National Merit Scholar finalist, by the way.
Senior.
How about that? Can we get a round of applause for Connor? My man. How does it feel, buddy?
That's cool. That's really cool.
So what is a National Merit Scholar? And then we'll I know I teased it a segment, and everybody hates it when I tease something and don't do it. So we'll come back to it. But what is, because I can promise you one thing that they never talked to me about in my entire educational career was scholar anything. And so what exactly is the National Merit Scholarship or Scholar, whatever it's called?
So basically, it's a program where they recognize everybody in their junior year that takes the PSAT is basically their scores are sent off and they take the top however many percent. I think it's about 16,000 from across the nation, those top scorers, and they invite them to apply for the National Merit Corporation. It's a company that divvies out scholarships based on those test scores. In the end, I think that the company itself awards 7,500 scholarships, but colleges, that's kind of a universal marker of, it's one of the most respected indicators that colleges look at, and they generally colleges will pile on some very nice offers on top of whatever the corporation itself gives you.
Well, we hoped we'd be able to keep Connor around after high school, but
I'm curious how you even got him.
Yeah, well, I would act like I paid him well, but I didn't, and so he's just he loves this stuff. And one, and two, that's an interesting story. My wife and I were talking about it this weekend because we were talking about what your plans were after high school, and we don't know what those are yet. I mean, you could have any option ahead of you, and as we've told you 1,000 times, regardless of where Connor decides to go or what Connor decides to do or where he decides to land, we couldn't be where we're at without him. And so we are incredibly proud of you, buddy, and we're thankful that you've been a part of this journey. But I'll tell you how it happened. I got a call from a friend of mine at Athens High School, and they got new video boards installed in their gym and at their baseball field, and they needed a video company to produce some like live motion graphics and some video stuff. And at the time, I didn't have. Well, one, it wasn't a paying gig, right? And so I told them that I would be happy to help them, and I would submit all of my equipment for use, and I'd be happy to oversee something, but we didn't have the time to execute it because we had to keep our resources on things that were, at the time, like money wasn't just flowing in, right? So, I mean, you can't take pro bono cases when you don't have, you know what I'm saying, when there's nothing coming in. And so I said, if you can provide me with a couple of students, then I'll provide all the equipment and the oversight to make it happen. And they said, you need to call this kid. And so I said, well, I'll tell you what, y'all just ask him if he's interested, and if he is, then he and I can connect. And sure enough, him and Jake came over, and in fact, when he unlocks our door, I get a notification. Jake and Connor unlocked the door. I need to change that now because it's just Connor. But they came over. They created some incredible graphics and stuff for the basketball team, the baseball team, the softball team, both women's and men's basketball. Did some really cool stuff for the school. And then I was like, one day he was over here, and I was like, hey, man, I think I'm going to start a podcast. And he was like, do you want to produce it? And he was like a live podcast. His passion is really in live production of, it's not so much in the, he's very talented at making the videos, but that's not his like he really likes the live production stuff. And so it's just cool how God kind of ran our paths together, because now he's producing a legit, it started with just a little, Podunk podcast is what we should have called it. Good gracious. The Podunk podcast. How did I miss that? That would have been so much better than Hometown Heartbeat. But anyways, he started producing Hometown Heartbeat for us, and I got to teach him a lot of the live. He had not used a ton of the live software, and now I don't even know what he does half the time. He's so far, like, he's just surpassed anything we could have ever imagined. I mean, if you watch our live stream, it feels like you're watching a news station on TV. Like, he's unbelievable with the graphics and with the production values. And I went to a church in Decatur for a season where I was helping them when the pandemic happened, they didn't have much of a live production and for a live stream. And so God called me over there for a season to help them develop a live stream. And now Connor is producing that live stream as well. And so it's just been really cool to see God kind of take I don't want to say a chance, because there's nothing chance about what God does in our lives, but take the introduction for, hey, man, let's do some. We just need to do some stuff. He volunteered to help his school, and I volunteered to help my community. And here we are almost a year later, and in fact, over a year later, because basketball season's already come and gone, hasn't it? Mm-hmm. So it's been over a year that Connor and I have been working together, and he's been here for every single episode. And so we are, again, how about another round of applause for young Connor here. He hates when the attention's on him, but sometimes when you are as outstanding as he is as a young man, you got to stop and you got to acknowledge it for what it is. For context, people, and I found the 2018 number. I don't know what, but just for context, 56.4 million kids, and you said 16,000?
I think that's the number.
Oops, 16,000 divided by 54.6 million equals. He is in the top 0.00029% of all high school kids in the country. That's unbelievable. I wasn't in the top 9% of my school, much less. Anyone here graduate in the top 10%? Probably you. You were actually a good kid back then.
Well, I was a good kid, but I wasn't really studious. But I did graduate top 10. I was like at 9%.
How many people did you have in your class?
50, you know what? I was getting there, Zach. Jeez, 54.
Yeah, 54. Okay. So he graduated.
Hey, that was big in my area, man.
And 18 of them were cows.
My mom taught at a school that had. You know what, Zach? Why are you going to make fun of me? You know what? I'm leaving. My mom taught at a school that had 4.
I'd like to see you walk out of here. Just to be honest with you, we'd video it as you walk down the icy slope out there.
Use the rail.
You'd see my backside.
On the ground, probably.
My CrossFit backside.
Oh gosh, here we go with CrossFit.
My mom taught at a school that had 4 people. I went to 4 kids in the senior graduating class the year I graduated.
Sounds like where my wife went to school.
Yeah, I went to prom with one of them, and it was an interesting prom. I mean, because it was just so small. But
yeah, I can imagine I can imagine it wasn't as much fun. We
Not
had
a
to
lot of
hide. We had to
choices.
hide from the. We used the crowds to hide from the from the chaperones.
What'd you do when you hide from the chaperones?
Oh, we played dice.
Yeah, I get
That's
that.
what we did.
Read the Bible to
That's
each
right.
other.
Played dice. We always left room for the Holy Spirit.
So how'd y'all pick? Did y'all draw straws or what?
Like pick dates?
Yeah. At your dance or whatever.
No, I you know what? I just dance with everybody.
Look at him.
Because I'm amazing.
Oh, he didn't. Yeah, that's called leaving your day behind. We are Boomer and the Beard. We're your favorite morning show every morning, 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. When we come back, we will actually. Sorry, we had to take a hard right there because young Connor needed his recognition after accomplishing such an incredible feat. We're so proud of him. And when we come back, we're going to talk about our next 2 days.
Boomer and the Beard.
There's nothing like the peace and serenity that you get while fishing. Invest in the rod you deserve. Old 18 is a veteran-owned company operated by a U.S. Navy SEAL and Top Gun fighter pilot, breaking the mold of the fishing industry. At Old 18, we offer high-quality products with a 25-year master rod builder behind every rod. We offer a no-nonsense, hassle-free warranty we stand in front of so you don't get left behind. Shop old18.com and type in the code BEARD for a 20% discount.
This is Mike 4 years ago. This is Mike having the same conversation with Debbie just last month. And today, he's at it again.
What's that, Mike?
I said our house is still underwater.
How do you know? Have you had it appraised lately?
Oh, well, no.
Has the coronavirus made your life less financially stable? Are you worried about your next mortgage payment? Reed's Family REI is a family-based real estate investing company ready to buy your house for cash in any area or condition and close in 2 weeks. You don't have to fix it up. There's no agent fees, and we handle the closing costs. Selling a home can be very stressful, and Wyatt Reed and his team at Reed's Family REI will put together the best possible offer for your specific needs. Sell your home fast with Reed's Family REI. 931-292-2875. That's 931-292-2875. And online at reedsfamilyrei.org. Reed's Family REI. Creative real estate experts for all your buying or selling needs.
So, what do you want to eat?
I want something fast-tastic.
Fast-tastic?
Yes, fast, yet fantastic.
Sounds, spiff-delicious.
Well, then let's go. Eat more chicken with Chick-fil-A in Decatur, the taste that you can't get anywhere else. Download the Chick-fil-A app today, bypass the line, and enjoy your Chick-fil-A even faster. 2 great Chick-fil-A locations in Decatur, ready to serve you. Stop by today on Highway 31 South and on the Beltline in Decatur.
Where is your haircut gone? We know you don't get out as much. You don't drive by your regular sport clips and pop in for that MVP haircut experience that is so much more than a haircut. But isn't it worth getting out for? For that legendary hot steam towel for your face, massaging shampoo that makes you melt into your seat. Oh man, you remember that, right? We found your haircut. It's right where you left it. Sport clips. It's good to be a guy.
News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN.
That's why I don't read the newspaper. Because it's garbage. And the editor that let it come out is garbage. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host, and this is a midnight train to Memphis. Let it play, baby. Come on, Chris, talk to me. Said, walk right, you'll soon be home. Come on, baby. And be on our own. 40 days. Let me tell you something, boys. When they tear into this song at one of his concerts, first of all, it's like a 3-man band. It's unbelievable. It's Chris on guitar. They have a dude that looks like he's a high school librarian on the bass. Like I'm talking about goofy looking, big glasses, clean shaven. And then they got a dude that looks homeless playing drums. And you got Chris Stapleton, who's somewhere in between rich and homeless. and they just have a 3-man band. And you know how you can tell a great musician? The size of their band. Now, don't get me wrong. Like Avenged Sevenfold, some of these like rock guys with these huge bands and double bass drums and all that, like that's cool. It's got their own thing. But these boys will absolutely fill it. We were at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, and them sons of guns filled that joker up with just 3 instruments, and they ripped into that song, boys, and it was like, oh man, it was they're the most unbelievable concert I've ever seen in my life, outside of Garth Brooks. That's a horse of a different animal. That's like comparing apples and oranges. Let me tell you guys, Highway 31 South and the Beltline, Chick-fil-A. We are broadcasting live from the Chick-fil-A Decatur studios. So thankful to have them as partners in our show. They are hiring. They're hiring. So if your kid is one of those kids I might shoot in the head with balls at the play place, it means they probably need to get a job. And I worked at Chick-fil-A. Ronald, you remember I worked at Chick-fil-A over there off of Route, talking about over there in the
I remember.
In Westfield area.
Yeah, I paid
remember the Chick-fil-A over there?
Yeah, I paid a lot of attention to you when you were in high school.
We'll talk about that later in the show. There's no question we're going to get to what you said last night. There's not, without a doubt, we're going to talk about that. But they are hiring, and it was a great place to work. It was a fantastic place for me to learn some responsibility, and they gave me grace. They were fantastic to work with. They fed me on the job, which is cool, and they pay better than anywhere else, but they expect more. And that's what I love about capitalism is if you are a quality candidate, you can have a better job over a non-quality candidate. If you want to go to work for Jonah, you're going to have to be better than somebody else because he has high expectations, and when he hires, he usually does so. That's the way Chick-fil-A is, right? They want quality people, quality family. So if you are looking for a job, your kid's looking for a job, whatever it is, Chick-fil-A in Decatur is looking to hire. Call McKenzie at either of the Chick-fil-A Decatur locations, one on Highway 31 South, one on the Beltline, and let her know that the Beard sent you. In the meantime, if you're running through Decatur, stop through and get you some of that Ice Dream because it is the best ice cream in the world. Love Chick-fil-A's ice cream so much. It's best when you put it in coffee, by the way. If you take coffee, next time you go Chick-fil-A, tell them you want a coffee and you want a small Ice Dream in your coffee. It is unfreaking believable.
Are you saying Ice Dream?
That's what they call it, you goober.
But it's just
ice cream, but Chick-fil-A they call
serve.
it Ice Dream. That's right. It's soft serve ice cream, but it's Ice Dream at Chick-fil-A.
But
it's the best ice cream. You know all that stuff comes in a bag, right?
Yeah.
Like it comes in a bag, you pour it in the machine turns it into ice cream. Mm-hmm. It's freaking delicious, though. They just have a better recipe. Anyways, yeah, get coffee and Ice Dream in it. Try that. I'm dead serious. And they might try to give you a hard time at the drive-thru, but just tell them that if you go to the one in Decatur, tell them the Beard sent you.
The Beard sent me.
Yeah. Why don't you drive over and get us some?
Right now?
Wait.
Do they deliver?
No.
Called Uber Eats.
They meet you halfway.
Uber Eats. Hey, do you know where you're at?
Yeah,
we don't have Uber anything around here, okay? Uber Eats.
People are like,
are you kidding me? What? Hey,
what's Uber?
Hey, what's that there? What's that Uber? What is that a U? What's Uber? Son, hey, son, I give a call. Hey, son, what's that Uber over yonder? That's an Uber, sir. Oh, what's a Uber?
Is it like a goober?
Yeah. Can I eat it?
Anyways,
no, we do have some Grubhub South, though. Or Grub South and Grubhub. We do both of those around here, right?
We do.
Yeah. So
DoorDash.
Just no Uber Eats. DoorDash. We got DoorDash. We just got running water 2 weeks ago. It's fantastic. So we will now transition into what is our plan for Icepocalypse 2021. Well, we don't really know. We know Hayden, you brought a bag, right?
Yep.
So Hayden is prepared to stay the night here, and so we have Hayden tomorrow. There's a couple of obstacles we're looking at here, and so I don't know the best plan. We got to talk this through here. We got to do our we got to run a battle drill here. We got to create our plan. We got to execute. We got to do a little pre-action planning, and it looks like they keep upgrading things, and they keep saying it's going to get worse. But then the temperatures will change, and they'll go up a little bit. So we were looking at something that said 36. Well, if it gets 36, we're not going to have to worry about it.
Right.
But Brad Travis was saying last night on the weather report that they've had and James Spann said the same thing. They've had a lot of trouble forecasting the temperatures for the next 48 hours because of the way the air is coming in. So, and I don't understand. I love the weather. I love. Hey, see if Harrison is available.
Okay.
See if he's available, and if he wants to call in and give us we have an amateur weatherman who's a high school kid that's incredible. We'll try to get him on the phone and see if he can give us an update on the weather. And Connor will be on to 8 today, so he doesn't have to call right now, but just kind of see if he's available for a call today. And we will talk to him, but they're having a hard time. Like, the upper air is warmer than the lower air, and the weather balloons are having a hard time picking up the lower air, which is the colder air, and so they've missed the weather, or they've missed the temperature predictions for like the last 4 or 5 days, right? Like, they've said 36, it's been 27.
And we're right on this line too.
Well, not anymore. And so now we're in the middle of the line. Like, as of this morning, they upgraded us because I got an alert when I woke up. I woke up and I saw your post on Facebook, and I was like, well, he left early just to make sure. Right. And I figured you did the same. Connor even texted me early. Ronald and I left the house at like 4:25. So we had all left early to make sure that the roads weren't bad. They weren't bad. My wife just texted me and asked me about the road conditions. They weren't terrible, but the back roads were. I mean, we came out of my house and turned right off of Lucas Ferry there, and I slammed on the brakes, and we probably slid 25 feet. And we weren't going 10 miles an hour when I stopped. And so there are isolated spots. Mickey Hart, who is one of our good friends of the program, he's brought us breakfast sometimes, and he's a law enforcement officer here in Athens. I texted him last night and said, are you going to be on shift? He said, yes. I said, well, let me know what's going on in the morning. He texted me this morning and said, hey, it's getting worse. Mostly not a problem, but over the bridges is going to be pretty sketchy. And it was on the bridges, pretty sketchy. But if for those of you that don't drive in this weather, I grew up in this weather. Remember 94? One of the most fun times I've ever had in my life, the blizzard of 94, 96.
What did you drive back then?
Well, in 96, I wasn't driving. But when we got older, I drove a red Dodge Dakota pickup truck. Remember my big red pickup truck, lifted, four-wheel drive? And so if you don't drive in this weather frequently, the key is don't change directions, don't accelerate, don't brake. And you say, well, how in the world do I drive? Well, if you have a fancy truck like Jonah and you can't hide money, then you put it in snow mode and it just takes away all your power and makes that decision for you. And it feels like you're driving a go-kart. But for those of us that drive less smart vehicles, you have to actually learn how to drive the vehicle yourself. And the key is stay off the accelerator, stay off the brake. Give yourself a ton of room to brake and a ton of room to turn. People get in a lot of trouble when it's time to brake and when it's time to turn, because they don't understand it doesn't matter what you drive. Your four-wheel drive will slide on ice just as well as that two-wheel drive. So don't get four-wheel drive happy and think you can just roll through it. You can't, because those four wheels will slide just the same. Traction doesn't matter on ice. It just doesn't. You're going to slide. And so, what is the plan? Well, I don't know. Our options are limited. We up here at our studio, if we lose power, we will not be able to broadcast from here, because we won't have power here, and we don't have a backup generator at this studio, because it's my studio, and those things are freaking expensive. But just across the street, and Connor and I did a little computing this morning, if we had to walk from here to there, we could do so in 10 minutes. And so worst case scenario, we could walk from here to there. So that would put us sleeping here tonight. So we've got two options. I got a camper out back that I could pull into the shed here. I say shed, it's a 7,000 square foot warehouse with a propane heater in it. So even if we lose power, it's going to get cold. Don't get me wrong. It's going to get cold. But it'll be less cold because we'll be in a camper in a heated space. And then we could just wake up, and if the roads were crazy, I'm not snuggling with you, Ronald. I'm sorry. That's a lie. That's a lie. It depends on how cold it is. I might change my mind. But we could walk across. But then there's only 3 microphones at that studio. So then what do we do? Well, it's really, at that point, survival of the fittest. No, I'm kidding. I think we can wire up a 4th microphone. I'm not entirely sure. But that's option A. Option B is we just go home and Hayden's going to come and we're going to have a sleepover at my house tonight, and then we'll all wake up in the morning and try to ease our way back here together. So I don't know. We'll watch the weather today and see what it looks like and kind of see what our best option is. But my plan is, regardless of what happens, even if Jonah and Ty, if they can't make it in tomorrow, if the power's out, we won't ask them to try to make it in tomorrow, because they're going to have their families they need to tend to and make sure that stuff is handled. But myself, Ronald, and Hayden will make it to VNN studio, where we will then give you a live show, and then we might even end up covering Dale's show if the weather's crazy, because if he's got power outage in where he lives and he can't make it in, then we're kind of the backup plan. for everybody, more or less. And so our plan is to give you a live show in the morning. Now, if for some reason something happens and we can't make it, you're going to get a rerun, and I apologize for that. But Ronald didn't fly all this way to get his hair did, okay? So we're going to try our best to get you a live show no matter what. Plus, I think, camping in a shed in an ice storm, there's a lot of video content in that could be produced. Mm-hmm. We could have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, luckily my truck has one more mode past snow wet. It's Jesus mode, so you just put it on that. Let
Jesus
him take the wheel.
Jesus take the wheel.
Man, Jonah did a lot of prepping this weekend, man. Hey, he got his jokes together.
That's right.
He got his jokes together. He
Up
came
late last night.
I mean,
but as goofy men that we are, whenever it gets like this, do you not just kind of want to just get out?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course I do. So last night when I went to get Ronald, does this make me weird? Like, yes. I loaded up. Shut up. I loaded up my survival bag with my aid bag in it. I was a medic in the Army, so I got my aid bag ready. I got some food and some water, some blankets, some extra clothing, and then an extra couple of firearms with a bunch of extra magazines. I don't know what the point of that was. I also grabbed a butane torch for some reason. I don't know what that was for or what I was going to do.
Were you going to the airport or a bank?
I was going to pick him up in Nashville, but I just thought, what if we get what if we get pulled off the road or we slide off the road, and we go into full Bear Grylls or survival mode. I figured a butane torch, I could just light some trees on fire or something, give me a signal fire, I have no idea what the butane torch was for. And the firearms, I don't know what the extra firearms were for. I guess looting on the side of the road. I'm not entirely sure, but that's just know how we are.
The mob,
you know how we are.
After us.
Hey, dude, anytime there's a potential threat of any kind, I'm not going without my AR. Well, the threat's ice. What are you going to do? Shoot it? Maybe. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to have it, by God.
Break up the concrete to get traction?
No, that's right. I'm going to put you on the front just shooting the asphalt.
Yeah,
what do you think?
That's a great idea. I'm like your...
WVNN Athens, WVNN FM Trinity, a Cumulus station. It's 6 o'clock. News starts now.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. 1.5 million customers have no power in the state of Texas. They have implemented rolling blackouts because of a snow and ice storm. It's dropped temperatures significantly. ABC's Jim Ryan is there.
All 254 Texas counties are under a federal emergency declaration. Houston is under a wind chill warning for the first time in its history.
We aren't generally, prepared for weather like this.
Even staying warm might become a challenge as the state's power grid approaches overload and rolling outages have begun. More than 1.5 million homes and businesses around the state are without electricity. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
Across the country, more than 150 million Americans are under some sort of weather alert. ABC's Andrea Fuji has the story on what's happening in the West.
In Las Vegas, intense wind kicking up this dust storm, causing near zero visibility. In Oregon, hundreds of thousands of customers lost power after heavy ice toppled trees. And Seattle digging out from 9 inches of snow in one day, the most in 52 years.
This morning, 43 states are on alert for snow, ice, and bitter cold. A new ABC News Ipsos poll shows 58% of Americans believe former President Trump should have been convicted in his second impeachment trial and barred from holding future office. The Louisiana Republican Party censured Senator Bill Cassidy for his vote to convict. He told ABC's This Week,
I'm attempting to hold President Trump accountable, and that is the trust I have from the people that elected me. And I am very confident that as time passes, people will move to that position.
The Republican Party in North Carolina expected to vote to censure Senator Richard Burr, who also voted to convict. The nation's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, says continued masking and distancing, along with a vaccine, should protect most Americans from COVID variants that have been showing up more often. You're listening to ABC News.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands, even tens of thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
In any home, cabinets are an instrumental part of your design. So, when you open your current cabinets, what instrument do they play? Wouldn't you rather they sounded like this? They can. It just takes one call to us.
Cabinet Express Online, North Alabama's premier cabinet supplier. Whether you want a complete custom kitchen or some of our RTA line, at Cabinet Express Online, you will get the most value out of your hard-earned money every time. Are you looking for framed or frameless? Either way, in no time at all, your dream kitchen can be a reality. And the only place you should trust to bring that dream to life is Cabinet Express Online. Schedule your free design consultation today with Cabinet Express Online. Call 256-289-7355. That's 289-7355. And online at CabinetExpressOnline.com. Design your custom kitchen today with Cabinet Express Online.
News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. You're listening to Boomer and the Beard, the pulse of Americana, with your beautiful bearded host, Zach Walker, Alabama's best no-holds-barred, constitutionally conservative, Christ-centered talk radio. If that don't fire you up, then your wood's wet. Now, it's time for your bearded host, Zach Walker.
Proud sponsor of the show, Purcell Lumber and Millwork on North Clinton Street in Athens. They are the official provider of all things home improvement, home upgrade, home renovation, home construction, Pinterest project, you name it, they've got it. Starting at the Benjamin Moore paints to the DeWalt tools to the Minwax finishes, they've got it all. They've got the best prices on lumber and amongst the largest lumber prices we've ever seen in history. Don't forget, folks, lumber is a commodity, okay? They have the best prices and the best selection in the southeastern United States, as far as I'm concerned. And so we love our good friends over at Purcell Lumber and Millwork. Lynn Purcell, great man, great businessman, great business. Make sure you check them out. Tell them the Beard sent you. 256-232-6320, 256-232-6320, or online at PurcellLumberandMillshop.com. Okay, diving into the weekend and what has happened. I got a couple of stories here that we need to touch on. Let's talk about some cancel culture. I know this is a favorite amongst the team here. Anybody raise your hand if you watch The Bachelor? Okay.
No.
That's me. I do indeed watch The Bachelor. Now, my wife got me into The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and I'll tell you why I watch it and why I enjoy it. It is the best trash television on television, okay? And if you want some entertainment, there is no better entertainment than watching a bunch of self-absorbed idiots fight over, like, all date the same woman or man. Like, they'll be like, but I love her, but I love him, but I love her, but I love him. And it's like 18 of them.
And it's all real.
And yeah, that's right.
It's real
and
life.
One person loves 18 people and loves all of them equally and honestly. Mm-hmm. And so it is definitely entertainment. Now, it's there's a bunch of trash and I guess maybe I shouldn't watch it, but I do. And Chris Harrison has been a host of the show for a long, long time. He really is the show. He's also the producer of the show. So he's the host.
He's been the only host, right?
And yes, and producer.
Okay.
He is now stepping aside from the show for a period of time after defending a frontrunner. Connor, look up The Bachelor. Chris Harrison defends Rachel Kirkconnell. It should pop up when you start typing it in because I need to know some context here, but this is what I've got. He is stepping away for a period of time after defending a frontrunner on the current season who came under scrutiny for social media posts from her past. Harrison said in an Instagram post, "This historic season of The Bachelor should not be marred or overshadowed by my mistakes or diminished by my actions." Harrison had previously apologized after speaking out on behalf of Rachel Kirkconnell, a contestant who was reportedly photographed at an antebellum plantation-themed fraternity formal in 2018. Connor, what have you found on the story there?
As far as what
did Rachel do? What was her big sin that he was not because you got to understand what's happened here. We've got the most important guy in The Bachelor defending one of his castmates on the show, and even his defense of her was so bad that he must step down from The Bachelor. Does that make any sense to anybody?
No.
Well, it was the party that she went to, the antebellum themed party, which is like all the big dresses, right? Plantation stuff, which.
So you've even got like Lady Antebellum, changing their name, which like Antebellum refers to a history of architecture, like a certain. It's a period specific,
like Victorian,
or mid modern, or mid-century modern,
pre-Civil War Southern.
That's right. And does the word antebellum inherently mean slave owner? No. The answer to that question is no.
No.
Okay, and so.
But the answer to that question might be yes and no. Because the part of the problem here is that people, like anybody that owned a slave, no matter what you did, like that's going to be associated with you for better or worse. I'm not saying it's right.
Right.
But that's the thing is it's like, in part of the thing that I always, encourage people, and I'm a white guy, right? So I don't know that I can have an opinion on this, but you really have to, slavery was not right. No stretch of the imagination, but it was a way of life.
But what does that have to do with how you dress or
theme party? It's a theme party, and it's not a racism theme party. It's not a chain them up and work them for free theme party. It's a antebellum party. It's a plantation style. Like, for the record, there were plantations worked by free men.
Yep.
There were plantations worked that did not have the first slave on them. Believe it or not, there were white people. I know this is going to surprise a lot of you out there. There were white people in the South who bought slaves and freed them immediately, paid them a fair wage, created an opportunity for them to live on their property. Now, was slavery real? Is it something we must address and continue to address? Absolutely. It is the biggest black spot, blind spot, whatever you want to call it, on our past, okay? It is a terrible, tragic thing that happened, but let us not forget that those who started the slave trade were black. You realize it was black people capturing, kidnapping, and selling other black people into slavery for money.
Right.
The problem here is not racism, it's money.
It was a trade.
That's correct. Now, don't get me wrong. The South has a very racist past. The lynchings and the lynch mobs and the unchecked racist murdering that went on for years and years and years in the South, I'm not ever going to give a pass to, ever.
Sure.
There's no world where taking the life of a man because of the color of his skin is okay. That is never okay. But this woman attended a theme party in college in 2018. First of all, my number one thing is, wow, she's young. But in 2018, she attended an antebellum-themed party. And because Chris, and I'd love to, did you find his exact statement of how he, quote, defended her by chance? That's what I'm trying to find.
If I remember correctly, it was on some sort of interview that somebody lashed out at her, and he kind of defended, like, just give her basically, and I could be wrong, but basically saying, give her she'll have time to explain. At least give her an opportunity to explain.
No,
and that was kind of
he had the nerve to say, let her explain for herself.
I want to say I went to a bowl game a couple of years ago down in Mobile. In the halftime show, they had girls dressed up. They had guys escorting them out, and girls dressed up. The entire football field dressed up in the dresses and everything.
Oh, racist. Cancel Mobile.
But nobody, but it
Wipe
was just
the city off the map.
But it was just like, well, that's cool. And then
Connor, have you found the quote?
Game.
Is Ronald right with his context?
Yeah, let me get it up I just had it. Hang on. Yeah, in the interview, he said, quote, "We all need to have a little grace," when he was asked about the controversy surrounding her.
Oh, my
We don't have grace here. We have consequences, and that's it.
That's right. No, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. The nerve.
That's right.
The nerve of this man to say she needs grace. Cancel him. Cancel him. This is the most obnoxious thing I've seen in a long time.
Well, that's what I don't get. I think that's overarchingly the point that I don't get is that everybody wants the consequences. Nobody wants the grace. And I'm like, if we all had consequences, like we're all flawed people. And like, I think some people might say that the argument, well, everybody has sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, right? Some people might say that argument's played out. Of course, it's never played out, but in the context of that, it's still very true because we all fall short, even if you're not a Christian. I mean, we all mess up. And if we had a microphone taped to our lips 24/7, we'd all be in hot water if our jobs were important enough to get us in hot water. Just nobody cares about, well, that's not true. People care about me. I don't know about you other guys, but they care about me.
Well, this reminds me of a long time ago, I had an old man tell me that the Reconstruction period never ended. It's still going on. And I think they are still trying to erase any part of who we are as Southern people, how we act, talk, what we like, everything about that is still trying to be erased. And now they went from Dukes of Hazzard to this style of home and dress.
Yeah, the fact that we're canceling people for stuff like this is amazing to me. Like, it's so intellectually bankrupt that it astounds me that we've allowed our society to become so stupid, is what it boils down to. For the love of God, if I could get canceled for things I did when I was 15, 16, 17 years old, if we all could, Lord have mercy. Boomer and the Beard will be right back.
Boomer and the Beard.
Why are you staring at me?
I know what you did.
What?
You know what you did.
What are you talking about?
The cookie dough. You've been all up in the cookie dough. My cookie dough.
Okay, see, look, what had happened was...
Get your own dough, yo. Get your own dough with Cookie Dough Magic, now open in Huntsville. We all have memories of stealing that cookie dough from the mixer before our grandmother could bake it. Now you can get it in a cone, cup, milkshake, and more, all safe to eat with no baking required. We have 12 delicious flavors. It's the best of both worlds. Delicious cookie dough, and it's safe to eat. Some of our signature flavors include magic chocolate chip, birthday cake batter, cheesecake dough, salty sweet, peanut butter, and more. It's so good. Get yours today at Cookie Dough Magic. Now open on Jefferson Street North in downtown Huntsville. And check us out online at mycookiedoughmagic.com. Life is short. Mix it up with Cookie Dough Magic.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, and like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. Pillows would go flat, I would flip-flop all night long, I would wake up with a sore neck, maybe a headache, or feel like I needed a nap even though I slept 8 hours. When I invented MyPillow, I wanted it to where you can move the patented fill to give you the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of sleep position. MyPillow will get you into that deep sleep faster, and you will stay there longer. It's not about how much time we spend in bed. It's about how much of that quality sleep we get. I do all of my own manufacturing right here in the United States. I have a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry MyPillow, and I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. And here's my best offer ever. Buy your premium queen-sized MyPillow for $29.99. That's right, $29.99 for a premium queen-size MyPillow, only $5 more for the king size. Go to MyPillow.com/radio specials. Use promo code BEARD at checkout.
Are you tired? Do you suffer from chronic fatigue, neuropathy, or joint pain? Call Madison Integrated Medicine. Our amazing staff will provide an individualized patient experience focused on your overall health to treat the cause, not just the problem. Utilizing both traditional and natural medicine. Don't let the symptoms become overwhelming. Treat them preventatively with Madison Integrated Medicine on Slaughter Road in Madison. Call 256-325-0955. That's 325-0955.
770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. Depend on it.
This is Dale Jackson, and you're listening to Boomer and the Beard. Will somebody tell Zach Walker he only has the second best beard on WVNN?
Ride rope, hammer and paint, do things with my hands that most men can't. I can't get my head no matter how hard I try. Really good at barely getting by. Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard Karaoke Edition. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host. So thankful you've chosen to join us here and each and every morning that you do so. We're with you till 8 o'clock this morning, and hey there, we're broadcasting. So
when are we going to get the rap bed music?
That'll never happen.
Just once?
If we play, here's what happens when we play rap bed music. I think you experienced this, and
well,
it's a best of moment. We got a bunch of you can't spell crap without rap.
I think they were just lying.
I don't think they were, but when we play rap bed music, we lose our entire audience, and so that would be never. Cookie Dough Magic. You just heard the commercial for them, folks. I'm telling you right now, it is the best dessert I've ever had. Connor is such a big fan. He asked for his National Merit plaque to be hung on the wall, and they have agreed. No, I'm kidding. But we are working on a National Merit Scholarship for Cookie Dough Magic. Instead of money for school, we're just going to get him free cookie dough for life. So he said, "I'll take that, please. School can happen or not. I want the cookie dough." But no, it's unbelievable. Java is my favorite. That's my favorite flavor so far. Is the Java. The Nutella is pretty good. I would think that's
my favorite.
Yes, your favorite, and what your wife enjoyed.
My wife's favorite. Yeah.
How many times are we going to go there this week? I've never had it. I got to go.
I will take you once.
We're going there right now.
But I cannot eat it because I'm on a diet, and so I will probably not be carrying you there. But you guys,
it's not all about you, Zach.
No, I'll carry you there once. I'll carry you there once. But my good buddies over Cookie Dough Magic are right downtown. They're on Jefferson Street, right next to Melt, and you can reach them at 517-8210 or mycookiedoughmagic.com. Don't wait. Go get some Java, and they've got those little sample spoons. You remember Baskin Robbins? How you go in and I would sample every ice cream.
The little wood spoons.
Yeah, I'd sample everything, and then I'd be like, I'm good. No, I never did that. That's a joke, but that would have been a good one. But no, go see them and tell them the Beard sent you. We're working on a Beard Bro MVP, or what am I trying to say here? A loyalty card, kind of a deal, where you get enough punch stamps and you get a free one, so on and so forth. So make sure you check out Cookie Dough Magic. We've got a team playing in the upcoming NSA World Softball Tournament this weekend called Cookie Dough Magic. You ought to see the uniforms; they're dope, bright pink, cookie dough all over them.
Are they dope?
Yeah, they're dope.
We were going for the same joke.
They're dope. But no, Cookie Dough Magic is great, and John Hugel he's a great friend of the show. He's been on the show. He actually really enjoys it. We're excited to have him back soon, and he said go see him, and he will take great care of you. So
leave me.
Let's go ahead and do a beard body update while we're in the doughy mood. We'll go ahead and talk about my body, the doughboy. So the Beard Bod Challenge commenced 2 weeks ago. I am endeavoring to lose 50 pounds in 90 days, and to do so, it's going to require some extreme sacrifices. This was my son's birthday weekend, which means I spent a lot of money on a cake that was probably delicious. Of course, I wouldn't know because I didn't have any. We had pizza everywhere. I mean, it was one of those weekends where you want to be able to snack, and I was unable to do so. And so on Saturday, the way I took and I've also had no energy the first couple of days of my new diet. I've had no energy because I realized my calorie intake was like less than 1,000. And I'm burning, I looked at my Garmin watch and I'd burned like 2,700 calories. 1,700 calorie deficit is not a good way to operate. Now, it'll burn some fat. I'm gonna lose some weight, by God. But at some point, it's going to have to even out, and I'm going to have to. My ideal calorie intake is probably 1,500 to 1,700 if I want to be losing weight, right? And so, I mean, that's on the low end even. I could probably get away with 2,000 and still lose weight. But I'm just trying to deal with that over the weekend. I didn't feel good. I've kind of been short short-tempered with my wife a little bit, just kind of snappy a little bit, and so thank God she's giving me a lot of grace. Unlike Rachel Kirkconnell, I've gotten a lot of grace through that, and so I appreciate that. But yeah, this weekend, Saturday, I decided after the birthday party. See, we made a pro move. So young parents, listen. Here's a pro move. Ronald, you can speak to this. Birthday parties
I'm a pro.
early. Yeah, you got 3.
Mm-hmm.
So birthday party early in the day. Always early in the day. And I'll tell you why. We did it at like 11 o'clock.
That's a good time.
By 1 o'clock, we were packing up. By 2 o'clock, we were home, and I had the entire rest of the afternoon. My son could play with his toys. He had grandparents in town, so that was handled. So I said, you know what? I'm going to get a 6 workout in today. I'm going to go hit the gym. I didn't feel very good, so I was like, maybe I'll get my energy up and I'll get some of the brain juices flowing and really, make this work out. So I went and did a workout, and I had to modify it a little bit. It was a freaking hard one, man. It was a no joke workout. Let's see here. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'll tell you exactly what I did.
So how many pieces of pizza did you have?
0.
Well, good job.
Thanks, buddy. I tried. Look, I told you guys from the very beginning, I'm an addict, right? I have an addictive personality. I've spent time addicted to various things. Like when I go all in on something, like I don't know how to do something halfway. And so I'm not like, I was never concerned about cheating because it's just that's not my nature. When I'm all in on something, you cannot break my focus. And that's a good thing and a bad thing, because if my focus becomes something negative, it gets negative in a hurry. But he had me on my Saturday workout was 1 minute of battle ropes, 1 minute crunches, 3 rounds warm up. Circuit 1 was 3 rounds for time, 10 burpees, 20 push-ups, 30 squats. I had to modify that to 10 burpees, 10 push-ups, 20 squats because I just didn't feel great.
Burpees suck too.
Burpees are terrible. You ought to
worst.
see my burpee form. It's fantastic.
Hate burpees.
I hate burpees. Circuit 2 was 5 rounds for time, 250-meter row, 20 barbell, bent row, 70-pound barbell. 5 rounds, 4 time. So I modified that one to a 60-second spin bike as opposed to the 250-meter row because I just didn't feel great. And so I get there, and I usually work out in the back room, like the group fitness room, because I just don't like working out in front of a bunch of people, especially when you're doing circuit training and stuff, like because you're running around like a madman in between sets, and people out there trying to get their lift on, and they have no form, and they probably have no business doing Olympic lifting at all, but they are. And so I like to get in the back and do my thing. And so I get back there, and there's this young lady back there that certainly you can tell she knows her way around the gym. And she is over there just whooping this workout's tail. And she kept like looking at me. And I'm like, what? Like, look, I know I'm hot, but like, no, I'm kidding.
Hot, boy?
But no, she was a young girl. I mean, but she kept looking at it. It was weird. And I was like, what is she looking at? I just kind of kept to myself, doing my thing. And then like she starts doing these like squats back and forth across the room. And like, I can just see there's a mirror. Like and she's like peeking me out. And I'm like, what are you doing? And finally, when the workout's over, by the way, I'm dying. Like I'm literally over here, like crawling out of the room. And she's over there just bebopping around, just, did 100 times harder workout than I did. And she's just the happiest can be. And she said, can I ask you the weirdest question? I was like, I know you've been looking at me. Is that the question? She goes, do you have a radio show? I was like, oh my goodness. I wish you'd have asked me that early on in the workout, so I wouldn't have thought you were a creeper the entire time.
I thought my butt crack was hanging out.
That's right. That's what I said in the
it's
video.
It's always something different.
Well, in the video that I put out over the weekend, I said I thought I had toilet paper hanging out of my pants or like something. Like
maybe she was trying to see if she could get a good seal CPR if you passed out during the workout.
Yeah, had to see if she could get a seal, but no. She works at the gym, and her name is Mary, and she's a very nice young lady. She works at the gym. I believe she's a senior at Athens High School as well. And so she just said that she really loved the videos and loved watching what we were doing, thought it was really cool that we were trying to, put this out there in a way that, look, whether you'll say it or not, putting yourself out there in the way that I'm doing it right now is uncomfortable for most people. Like coming out straight up saying, I'm fat, I know I'm fat, my body has just gone to the junk pile and I've let it get there, and now because it's really hard. It's not hard to get there, it's really hard to do something to get it back. Like working from 293 back to 225 is going to be the challenge of all challenges, right? And so it's a challenge, but it was just, she was just saying it's really cool that you're putting yourself out there. And so Mary, I appreciate you. I told her, I said, Mary, you're going to be the subject of my next video, and she was. And so it was very nice. I got home and told my wife, I was like, once I realized she was that young, it made a lot more sense because it was a little less weird. You know what I'm saying? Like she'd seen all my videos and was wondering if I was the same person. I guess I just didn't think there were many more fat people with a big red beard that were working out, but apparently there's two of us. So
or high schoolers that listen to the radio station.
No, they weren't listening to the radio station. She saw the videos on social media.
Oh,
yeah, that would have been cool though. But anyways, so shout out to Mary. She was. I told her I was gonna the title of the video was I had the most awkward day at the gym. So I told her I'd give her a hard time. So that was cool. I got that workout in and I actually felt better. Took my wife out to dinner because I had grandparents in town. And so we got away for a little Valentine's Day dinner.
Those are your parents or her parents?
Her parents were in town. My parents got snowed in Texas. They could not come. They could not come. And so that was the end of that. So, it was, I'm feeling good. I haven't weighed. My pants are starting to fit different. I know that. And because I conceal carry every day and I've had to adjust my belt. Like I've got a gun belt that I wear because if you wear just a regular leather belt and you try to conceal carry with an inside the waistband holster, it just doesn't work. Those belts are not built for that. And so I got a really nice, a gun belt is a over the top term, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It's a nylon belt that is thick and strong and built to hold your weapon closer to your body. And like literally when I picked him up, I hopped out of the truck last night and it was like hanging back at like a 45-degree angle and I tightened it 2 or 3 times. And so I can feel the difference in my body, whether or not I can see it on the scale. My clothes are starting to fit different and we've only been at this for a little over 2 weeks now. So
I didn't feel like the truck was leaning your way too much on the drive home.
Okay. Fat jokes are funny.
They are funny.
No one laughed.
You ever watch...
Ty did.
It was a chuckle at very least. I laugh at Ralphie
Ty,
May all the time.
Are you laughing at my?
I resemble that joke.
I was about to say you could afford to join me for a pound or two, huh?
Hey, no,
just a pound. I just said a pound or two. You don't have 60 to lose. I know that.
I probably do.
You think?
Yeah, dude, I'm 255.
Oh yeah, and you're like 4'11", so that's.
I have a 29-inch instinct. We already talked about this.
I'm 6'5", 6'4", 6'4 3/4, 185.
But who's counting?
Not me.
He doesn't have to.
No, I don't. Exactly. I definitely do not have to count.
No, it just people like him make me so angry.
People
they
like
eat
him
whatever
make me
they want.
angry.
They eat whatever they want. They do whatever they want. He CrossFits.
CrossFit. Man.
Well, okay, all right. We're gonna go to the gym when the workout when the show's over, and we're gonna see who can. We're gonna do a very weight specific workout
you'll
today,
crush me in the
so
weight room.
I can just get a victory on the board. You're listening to Boomer and the Beard. It is Snowpocalypse 2021 Monday morning edition. We'll be right back.
Boomer and the Beard. This is News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. News starts now.
Ice, snow, and bone-chilling cold across much of the country. It's putting a strain on power companies, especially in the state of Texas, where they are implementing rolling blackouts.
Because the massive demand for electricity during this record cold threatens to overwhelm the power grid. And it's not just Texas. 240 million Americans across 40 states are on alert, with feel-like temperatures from Albuquerque at 3 degrees up to Fargo at -40.
At least 43 states are under some sort of winter weather advisory today. That's ABC's Andrea Fuji. Now that the second impeachment of Donald Trump is over, President Biden is going to try to move forward with his agenda. First item of business, getting a stimulus bill passed. A new ABC News Ipsos poll shows 58% of Americans believe Donald Trump should have been convicted and prevented from holding public office in the future. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, also known as Harry and Meghan, expecting a second child. They made the announcement over the weekend. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Karen's a quilter.
Karen's Quality Quilts. Quality custom quilts quickly.
How's the quilting business, Karen?
Kind of quiet. My quest to quadruple my quilting sales has created a quagmire.
Can I be candid, Karen?
Okay.
You need a website that can encompass the quality of your quilts.
I know quilts, but I know no computers. They're confusing.
But there are people who know coding like you know quilting.
Who's that?
I'm glad you asked. Web Underdog creates websites that don't just catch the eye, they catch customers. And they're as user-friendly for you as they are for your clients. We build high-quality, clean, well-coded, custom designs for organizations of all sizes that are affordable, professional, and specially made for your brand and visitors. Outside of responsive web design, Web Underdog also offers search engine optimization, website management, and so much more. Give your business the professional touch and contact Web Underdog for a free web design quote. Call 256-998-0667. That's 998-0667 and online at webunderdog.com. Web Underdog, your local web design and SEO agency.
Why are you staring at me?
I know what you did.
What?
You know what you did.
What are you talking about?
The cookie dough. You've been all up in the cookie dough. My cookie dough.
Okay, see, look, what had happened was...
Get your own dough, yo. Cookie Dough Magic, now open in Huntsville. 12 delicious flavors in a cone, cup, milkshake, and more. Cookie Dough Magic, now open on Jefferson Street North in downtown Huntsville. And check us out online at mycookiedoughmagic.com.
UC Berkeley, one of the most liberal universities on the planet, and for 40 years, Berkeley has been spending money from a multi-million-dollar fund with a terrible history. The Genealogical Eugenic Institute Fund is just what it sounds like. It's a fund devoted to eugenics. Now, eugenics is the discredited idea that the human race can be improved by breeding for certain traits and getting rid of others. It was the basis for Hitler's horrible Nazi ideology. The Nazis believed the Aryan race was supreme, so they tried to eradicate everybody else they deemed inferior. In America, eugenics was promoted by Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood. She believed that blacks were inferior. She wanted to use abortion to get rid of them, which explains why so many Planned Parenthood facilities are still present in minority communities. Now, when the Los Angeles Times reported on the Berkeley Eugenics Fund this week, faculty members were shocked to learn that it's existed for years, but the school kept it quiet and quietly spent all that money. I guarantee if any conservative school had a supremacist eugenics fund, its doors would close. But this is Berkeley, run by leftists, so nothing's going to happen. And they'll keep spending the money because in their own minds, liberals are superior. And they deserve to do as they please, including wiping out any of us they deem to be inferior. Folks, working your land in cold weather is hard enough, so make sure your tractor is as tough as you are. Mahindra tractors keep working in frigid temperatures. That's why Mahindra is the official tractor of tough. Whatever Mother Nature throws your way, your Mahindra tractor will keep clearing snow, pulling out tree stumps, and hauling feed for livestock. And don't forget, our good friends at Mahindra offer rugged attachments and implements to handle any job. So visit your Mahindra dealer today to save thousands of dollars on a new tractor, or choose 0% interest on select Mahindra models during the red tag sale. For purchases of select models now through February 28, 2021. Learn more at whymahindra.com. And may your family continue to have a safe and blessed year.
Take advantage of rock-bottom prices and great financing on new Mahindra subcompact, compact, or utility tractors or Mahindra utility vehicles. To find your dealer and test drive
770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. I'm Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host. So thankful that you have chosen to join us this morning. Today is day one of Snowpocalypse 2021, and we are 6 people strong here in the combination of the 2 studios. We got Bro Montana over at Master Controls, spinning the hits and on the 1s and 2s. Bro Montana, what's going on, buddy? You doing good over there? You all warm and cozy?
I am doing good, bro.
Good, bro.
It is warm and toasty, bro.
Warm and toasty, bro. Cool, man. Montana didn't get a lot of ice. Got more snow, huh? You're not used to this.
Yeah.
I wish we'd get a little snow. If we'd get a little snow on top of the ice, we'd get a little more traction on the roads, you know. But
no, it'd get pretty icy over there. I'm used to driving in the ice.
Listen to him.
Wait, you're from Montana?
No.
No, I spent about 3 years in Montana.
Like just trying to get out? Because it
Yeah.
takes that long.
What do you mean?
To drive across because it's big.
Yeah.
It was a big joke.
Right through.
Nobody ever makes those for you, so you didn't get it. It's
on his first day slinging that heavy hate. All right, off the top rope. Let's talk about, first of all, Chick-fil-A is hiring. Okay, Chick-fil-A in Decatur is hiring on the Beltline and on 31 South. Call Mackenzie, ask for Mackenzie. Let her know that the Beard sent you, and you or your kid or somebody is looking for a job. My parents made me get a job and beat me, and you know what it taught me? Respect. So get them a job, make them get out there. If they've got a vehicle, they got to put gas in. They ought to be able to get a little job and put a little gas in their own vehicle. You know what I'm saying? They ought to be able to. I'm not saying you got to make them self-sufficient at 17, but it certainly wouldn't hurt to have them contribute a little bit. So that was my dad's rule. They bought me my car and I had to put gas in it. So anyways, they are hiring. Let them know that the Beard sent you. Let's talk about Tom Brady, the GOAT.
The GOAT.
Wait, didn't you do it? Back up your microphone. Back up more. Yeah. There you go. So that's you've got that cut for me, and I saw it in my email. We will add that to the hot buttons, and that will be our Tom Brady. That will be our Tom Brady intro from now on, the GOAT. And so
because you're going to talk about him all the time.
Yeah, I love Tom Brady and his Uggs.
Mm-hmm.
Can you believe a man would wear? You would probably wear Uggs.
I would. You know what? I'd let him wear anything he wants. He's got the 7 Super Bowls, and he's married to Gisele Bundchen. So
I'm sorry, what's her name?
Gisele Bundchen. Bundchen, isn't that her last name?
She's a supermodel.
Yeah.
Cindy Crawford. Who knows? Is that model racism? You know, because if you named the wrong black person, if you said the wrong name, if you called somebody, never mind. But if you did that, that would be racist. So if you called Gisele Cindy Crawford, is that like model appropriations?
Maybe.
You think Cindy would be upset to be
sure
called?
somebody's going to tell you.
Yeah, for sure, because we're looking for reasons to be offended, which leads us to this great
All
story.
the supermodels that listen to this show are going to call in. How dare you?
Never mind. God, there was you teed one up right there, and I just want you to know, I just showed great restraint because you teed one up. And I'm talking about lob me a softball right down the middle. And I need BP for this weekend, and I just completely didn't even swing at it. So Tom Brady launched one of the most discussed passes of his career when he tossed the Lombardi Trophy between boats during the Tampa Bay Buccaneers aquatic victory parade. For one, he was 73 sheets to the wind. I'm talking about. Did you see Tom Brady was?
Oh yeah,
he was toasty. Okay, he was
almost a fainting goat.
Oh, he was. Yes, he was one of those sleeping goats.
If he didn't have somebody to prop him up, he would have been.
Oh,
like
he was
that guy
out.
walking him off. Yeah, he was.
Dude, smashed. And look, while drunkenness is not okay in any capacity, I don't have a problem with drinking. I will tell you this, and I think Tom's feeling this right now. I tell young people all the time, drinking's not, there's no issue inherently with drinking. Biblically, as a Christian, there isn't. But I have never in my life had a night of drinking where I woke up and said, you know what, something really good happened. My life was blessed last night. Something really good happened to me last night. I can tell you what has happened. I woke up in jail a couple times. And that ain't no blessing. That's a bill. That's called a bill. Hashtag adulting. But anyways, Tom Brady threw the Lombardi Trophy, which is the trophy that they get for winning the Super Bowl. And now they're pissed about it. Lorraine Gross, whose father, Greg Gross, was the master silversmith at Tiffany & Co. from 67 to 94. He created the first Vince Lombardi trophy, blasted Brady's trophy toss while speaking Leslie De Las Bauer of Fox 4 in Southwest Florida. Okay, that's big story. Old Fox 4 down there in Southwest Florida. Huge news. Gross called for Brady to apologize for his disrespectful act. Folks, I'm not making this
This
up.
doesn't happen in hockey. You ever seen what happens to the Stanley Cup?
Good gosh.
Well, and in hockey, it's the same.
It's the same. That was going to ask.
Trophy that everybody gets when they win. So
it's
the
Lord
Lombardi,
Stanley.
You
talking
get a
about
new
Lord
one.
Stanley's Cup.
Yeah, you get there's a new Lombardi trophy every team that wins it.
Yeah,
the Stanley Cup, everybody gets the same trophy.
So listen to this quote.
Question. Well, it's a new trophy, right? But is it one? It's one trophy per team. Like, and the team gets to still
for the NFL.
Yeah.
And also, like, whenever her dad made these, did they make a whole bunch of them for like maybe 50, 60 years, or did he just make one?
Well, I'm
and
sure
they've
he
been
set the
reproductions?
mold, right? And then now it's a production deal.
So
but
she's mad about a reproduction that her.
it just upset me that this trophy was disgraced and disrespected by being thrown as if it were a football.
She's not a hockey fan then.
Well, there's a football on top.
I have a big history of this trophy being made by my father, and it's such an honor. And I know all the craftsmen that made it when my dad was there. You like my voice, by the way? And it was also at Tiffany's, and it just takes a lot of hard work. Does that sound like a Karen? Did I do pretty good?
Yeah, but
see, I need some background on this, the reproduction aspects of this. I mean, like, how
if
much
you had
is
a
she going?
computer, you could look that up. Did you order one yet?
No.
Get your phone out.
The toss
I
in
don't know.
question, which Brady admittedly came after a not insignificant amount of tequila. I love that, by the way. I'll say it was not. I mean, was it a significant amount? It was not an insignificant amount. That's like somebody being, have you been drinking? I haven't not been drinking. But
he tossed it from one boat to the other, right? Didn't he toss it?
Yes. I mean, he
And
threw
so
it a long way.
If it fell,
It's over.
Well, I mean, they would have sent some sort of diver down there to get it.
Sure. But
somebody,
for her,
somebody would have gone down and got it.
No question.
It would have been on their
Before-
fireplace.
exactly.
Yeah.
But bro, like this was it was a bad decision. Let's not even for a moment act
sure.
like Brady made a good call here. He was hammered, and hammered people do hammered things.
So was Gronk.
Bingo. Well, Gronk stays hammered.
Right.
I mean, Gronk's from the time he wakes up to the time he goes to bed. Gronk's hammered. Are you kidding me? He's a genius, and he's never spent a dime of his NFL money, but he stays hammered.
Sure.
He's
That's
on a
why he
different
didn't
level.
play well.
What are you talking about? He had a touchdown. He played really well.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Yeah. But check this quote out to finish it off here. I didn't sleep for the past 2 nights because of this. I was that upset. I know the passion that goes into this trophy and how my dad and all his fellow silversmiths are so proud to make this. Then you should be fired up that Tom Brady took that joker out and threw it across as it was a 5-yard out and completed it. If he'd have dropped it in the water, then maybe you have something to be pissed about.
That would have been the story.
Son of a gun, he threw that joker across. Look, Brady can even complete a trophy. The son of a gun completes every pass he throws. It's unbelievable.
But the thing about it, like anybody, when you're playing at that level, the trophy is nice, but it's not about the trophy. You know, they could. I mean, if they had to go without the trophy, they'd probably be like, yeah, screw the trophy. It's not, it's not important. So it's just interesting that she comes out and that she's that fired up.
It's not even interesting. You know what it is, Ronald? People are looking for any reason they can to be
famous.
right now. Yeah,
Well,
to be famous, to be offended, to be what did you call it?
Self-victimizing.
Self-victimizing. It's a pandemic, worse than the corona.
Well, I'm going to think about how I could be self-victimized.
Oh, we'll make sure you're victimized this week. Don't worry about that. You're listening to Boomer and the Beard. We'll be right back.
Boomer and the Beard.
You go as hard as you can. And then a little harder.
And then it was like I stepped funny,
Mm-hmm.
and I could barely walk on it.
Okay, let's take a look.
At Lang Chiropractic, we'll help your sports performance and your overall health by improving your range of motion, flexibility, relieving inflammation, and so much more. Focusing to improve your health and wellness in all areas of your life. Whether you're having trouble with back pain, neck pain, or just want to start feeling better when you wake up in the morning, Dr. David Lang is focused on a whole person approach, finding those underlying causes and creating a personalized plan for your individual needs. Schedule your visit by calling 256-444-1600. That's 444-1600. At Lang Chiropractic on Highway 72 East in Athens in the Publix Shopping Center. Visit us online at langchiropracticcenter.com. Lang Chiropractic. We've got your back. Come see us today.
Where is your haircut gone? We know you don't get out as much. You don't drive by your regular sport clips and pop in for that MVP haircut experience that is so much more than a haircut. But isn't it worth getting out for? For that legendary hot steam towel for your face, massaging shampoo that makes you melt into your seat. Oh man, you remember that, right? We found your haircut. It's right where you left it. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy.
What's better than pizza? That's right, nothing. Well, maybe except for the many ways you can eat it. At like thinner crust. Oh, and with a side of ranch. Mm-hmm.
I'll take mine with a pretty crazy assortment of toppings. Thousands. With a side of wings. Hot ones.
Pizza. It's a beautiful thing and found all over the world. But for your slice of the pie here locally, you want to try Donato's Pizza in Madison. Enjoy our famous pizzas loaded with edge-to-edge toppings, 100 slices of pepperoni, the family recipe sausage, fresh hand-cut veggies, and premium cheeses like our aged smoked provolone. You'll notice the Donato's difference. But why stop there? We also offer subs, calzones, wings, and desserts. Don't keep eating those same old leftovers. Make tonight a Donato's night with Donato's Pizza on Madison Boulevard in Madison. Call 256-772-6789. That's 772-6789. And online at Donatos.com. Donato's Pizza, where every piece is important.
Where is your haircut gone? We know you don't get out as much. You don't drive by your regular sport clips and pop in for that MVP haircut experience that is so much more than a haircut. But isn't it worth getting out for? For that legendary hot steam towel for your face, massaging shampoo that makes you melt into your seat. Oh man, you remember that, right? We found your haircut. It's right where you left it. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy.
Stay informed and entertained all day long. Only on WVNN.
When you just talk about practice. We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. We just talking about practice. One of my favorite rants of all times from probably one of the greatest to ever dribble a basketball. Was fortunate to see him play in high school against the Vick brothers, and that was amazing. You talk about a game. They were both from the Tidewater region down there. Pretty rough and tumble area down there in Virginia, but definitely one of the best athletes. I watched a documentary about him the other day that was really, really good. So Boomer and the Beard join you here. We are 11 minutes to the top of the hour. It is Monday morning, Icepocalypse 2021. We successfully made our way here, all six of us, and you've got us for another hour. So don't you worry your pretty little head. We're not going anywhere. We're going to start with Did You Know? And one of our favorite news segments of the week that we've picked up, and our goal here is to make you just slightly smarter. We realize that we have the smartest listening audience in Radioland, and we appreciate that very much. And we want to contribute to your continued growth as an intellectual. For instance, did you know bubblegum is pink because it was literally the only food dye available in the factory when it was first made?
Yes, I knew that.
Shut up. No, you didn't.
It's like McDonald's chicken nuggets.
That's
What?
why they're pink?
McDonald's chicken nuggets.
They're pink?
Have you ever seen them be made?
No. Do I want to?
Yeah,
That was
Not if you eat them?
before.
No, he's on to something.
Not if you eat something? Like if you eat them, you don't want to see them
Yeah,
be
and
made?
it looks like pink bubble gum too when it's all churning.
Connor, can you pull up a picture of I'd like to see what chicken nuggets look like when they're being made, please, on the screen. If you could put that out for us, it'd be ideal.
Chicken nugget.
For us to see. Did you know the skin is the heaviest organ? The average adult skin weighs 20 pounds. Good gosh, if I just cut my skin off, I'll be halfway there.
Well, it's also the biggest organ, so why wouldn't it weigh?
That's true.
Right?
Skin is kind of heavy.
Especially when it's holding on to about
Yours
4
is.
inches of fat.
Heavy duty, maybe.
It's amazing that stuff doesn't just rip open.
H-U-H, question mark, is understood in all languages. So we can officially say we're bi and trilingual.
Because we speak one word.
Well, I mean, me personally, I speak more than, I speak Spanish pretty freaking well. Why don't we go over and comer some at comida?
Do you really speak Spanish?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
So I don't speak it very well. I understand it very well. Like I mess with people all the time. Ooh, good gracious, Connor. That looks like peak goo. Oh, he's putting a picture up on the screen of the chicken nugget. Well, I guess I'll never have another one of them. That explains the texture, though. It tastes like a jelly-filled Never mind.
Not like them Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets.
No, that's a fact. If you want chicken nuggets, go to Chick-fil-A in Decatur for sure.
That's
right. No, I do. I understand Spanish very well. I don't speak it very well because the verbs and the conjugation and all that. So I speak Spanglish. I speak a little redneck Spanish. I can speak enough Spanish to get by. I always tell people when I'm in Central America, because I'll hop in one of our vehicles and just go. Like I got on a motorcycle one day and I said I'd just meet the mission team at the baseball field, and then I got lost. Like literally the most terrifying experience of my entire life. Lost in the middle of Nicaragua on a motorbike, having no idea where your team was, and that's because I'm an idiot and I decided to get on a motorbike. But I could speak enough Spanish to get myself into trouble, but not enough to get out of it. Kind of a Spanish, but I understand it quite well. Unless you're speaking very fast and very slang. Like if we get off into the mountain regions of Nicaragua, I struggle a little bit more. But in the city, people speaking proper Spanish, I can understand it pretty well. And I understand it, and I don't let people know how well I understand it because I want to hear what they're like. We play baseball down there on mission trips, and I'll hear them chirping, talking that snot, just and I got to know what they're saying.
Tell me about that little motorbike, little two-stroke or what?
Oh yeah, little dirt bike, little dirt bike on the road, baby.
Look at that big guy on that motorbike.
Fat man on a little bike. No, it sounded like that. You should have seen the horse when I got on top of it. It was squealing, baby. Wow! Sweden has a ski-through McDonald's. Did you know?
I didn't.
I'd like to see a picture of that, Connor. I'd like to see a picture of Sweden's ski-through McDonald's. That's pretty neat. Research has shown that dogs actually like silly. Okay. I need. Oh wow! Look at that. There's a ski through McDonald's. It's called McSki. That's cute.
Oh, that's clever. Very clever.
That's
McDonald's.
cute. Just take ski and tack it on the end of Mac, and you're good. Okay, so I'm sorry I didn't even make it through this. Research has shown that dogs actually like the silly, high-pitched voice that their owners use to talk to them.
Mine told me so.
Mm-hmm.
2 questions. What research has been done?
Research is done
Just
on
ask
anything.
him. Just ask him.
Yeah, mine told me.
Hey, Fido, do you like that? Bro. Oh, okay. Like, how do you? That's the dumbest fact. If we keep getting facts like that on our fact sheet, we're gonna move on.
Your dog warmed up to me like in 5 minutes last night.
And you didn't even talk to him like an idiot. Thank God.
My voice is already high pitched, so I think that's why dogs like me.
Yeah. How much did our government spend on that research?
Yeah. Godzilla is an official citizen of Japan. Did you know?
That's not surprising.
What does that mean? That's cultural appropriation.
How do you say Godzilla in samurai?
Godzilla-san. You love that joke. You can't get enough of that joke, can you? Bro, Montana-san. Hayden, what are you doing over there, buddy?
Nothing. Just paying attention, listening.
Good.
Letting y'all do y'all thing. There's so many y'all over there. It's hard for me to chime in, but
hey, Hayden said would just be here.
Yeah.
I love. Your delivery is so on point today because like you can't even make it through your own joke without dying laughing, and it makes me so happy. We got it.
That's what Hayden should say every time. What are you doing, Hayden? I'm just happy to be here.
We got it.
I'm just glad I made it in.
Acceptance speech.
What'd you say, Hayden?
Glad I made it in.
Yeah, there it is.
So are we.
So are we, buddy. So are we. So we had a freak little incident this weekend on the group text that the three of us share. So you met somebody that knew him through a very unique way. I guess they were watching the live stream and they saw a glimmer of something in the light.
Yeah, they're like, hey, who's that to the left of you? And I was like, what? First had
to
L. Yeah.
Got it. Over here.
And then
my left or your left?
Yeah. Yeah. And she's like, I think that's Jonah. And I was like,
you think right.
You're right. And then she's like, well, then she started, oh my God, tell him. And then I was like, what? And she goes, I recognize him because I worked on his tooth.
Jonah he's rocking a gold tooth right there in the front on the upper right there, and it's quite prominent. It's pretty OG.
Bling bling.
And bling bling. You want to put a diamond in it?
No, I'm good.
You want a grill?
You know,
Rob the jewelry store. Tell him make me a grill.
I had one way back in the day.
No, you didn't.
Don't take it out and throw it boat to boat.
I got a white gold bottom grill. It's 15 years old.
Please bring that in and wear that one day.
I will. I got to find it. I know where it's at, I think.
This fool has a grill. He used to be so cholo. Like straight up. Dude, he's got the cars.
Well, now he's got his butt
he's got
all
the
the
car.
way
He's
down
got the
now.
cars lowered. He's making them. You got hydraulics in them, make them bump, make them jump a little
I
bit.
ain't there yet.
You got curb feelers on the back. Does anybody actually remember curb feelers? That was a thing back in the day.
Yeah.
What was the point of those?
To feel the curb.
I know, but were they electronic? Like, did they hit a was there a warning light or?
I think it makes a sound. And every time I would see one, I'd want to just flick it or hit it with my foot, just like the door stopper.
You got the gap.
Okay.
You've got the gap that you need for your parking.
That's
and so
right.
when you started hearing you knew that you were close enough, so you didn't screw up the look
Actual
of your
bumper.
wheels.
You just messed up your whiskers.
You just messed up the look of them because it looks.
Because it looked like rear whiskers.
Yeah,
is what it looked like. Looked really dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Do you know? Did you know? 866-494-9866. On the other side of the break, the first segment of the Dale Jackson Show, we're going to do a Thanks Joe Biden segment. And I'm going to give you an example of what I would like to say for Thanks Joe Biden. Each member of the cast here is going to come up with something that they want to thank Joe Biden for. And I'm going to lead it off so that you guys kind of know what we're looking for here. But for instance, mine would be here in 2021 with snowpocalypse, icepocalypse, the coldest temperatures across literally the entire state of Texas was in a winter weather advisory yesterday for the first time in history. In his first 30 days in office, Joe Biden has clearly cured global warming. Thanks, Joe Biden.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
Thanks, Joe Biden. Here on President's Day, because it's President's Day.
Gotta give the man his
we
props.
as Republicans, while we wish one Donald J. Trump was still in the office and think maybe he probably should be, and again, not going to go into all the fraud and all that stuff, ultimately, the left saw an opportunity with the coronavirus. They seized on it. I'm not mad at them. They played it better than we did. So they won, and they've got their guy in the office. And we, Ty and I, as former soldiers, would serve under any commander. I mean, our commanding officer was whoever was in the office. I joined under the end of Bush and then got Obama, and so he was my commander-in-chief, and it did not change my mission. It did not change my focus. It did not change my allegiance. My allegiance was to this country. Ours is as well as citizens of this country, and while we may have some fun with it, we're going to take some time and look, if there is anything positive that the man's done, I'd like to hear it. I'd like to hear it. Thanks, Joe Biden. I mean, maybe there is something out there that I'm missing, and he's done something well. Now, I probably think we're going to be hard-pressed to find it, but we're going to certainly try. So when we come back from this upcoming break, because we're not going anywhere, you got us for a whole nother hour, you're going to have Thanks, Joe Biden here on President's Day. Thanks, Joe Biden. You're listening to Boomer and the Beard, and we'll be right back.
Big, beautiful bearded host. Boomer and the Beard. And even our old fart co-host. Boomer and the Beard. Boomer and the Beard.
WVNN Athens, WVNN FM Trinity, a Cumulus station. It's 7 o'clock. News starts now.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. A major winter blast hitting much of the country this President's Day. There's snow, there's ice, and there are bitterly cold temperatures. ABC's Alex Perez has the latest from Chicago.
Some people are waking up to temperatures that feel like anywhere from 30 to 50 below zero. And with those extreme cold temperatures also comes the extreme danger. Frostbite could begin to set on exposed skin in as little as 5 minutes. And to make matters worse, we're expecting more snow here in Chicago and other areas today and later this week.
In Texas, 1.5 million power customers are without this morning as utility companies implement rolling blackouts because there's been so much demand. Kevin James is in San Antonio.
Just out here enjoying it, going for a little jog and everything, and got to take it in while it's here, because it won't be here long.
He says he never thought he'd see snow on the Alamo. Americans are sounding off about what they think should have happened in Donald Trump's second impeachment trial.
President Trump should have been convicted and barred from holding future office, a 58% overall in a new ABC News Ipsos poll, including 88% of Democrats, 64% of independents, and 14% of Republicans. That 14% is exactly the same as the 7 out of 50 Republicans in the Senate who voted guilty. Almost 2/3 supported holding the trial. 77% say that most senators voted their party partisan politics. The poll was taken Saturday and Sunday of 547 adults in English and Spanish, and numbers could be off 4.8 points, plus or minus.
ABC's Chuck Severson. North Carolina's Republican Party expected to vote today on whether to censure Senator Richard Burr over his vote to convict the former president. Louisiana Republicans censured Senator Bill Cassidy for his conviction vote over the weekend. Coronavirus infections, hospitalizations, and deaths continue to fall, but Dr. Anthony Fauci telling ABC News the virus is mutating. Now's not the time to get complacent. You're listening to ABC News.
Paid for by Asset Marketing Services, LLC.
Have you heard? A secret hoard of 1902 Morgan silver dollars has been found. These gorgeous 1902 O Morgans are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 500 of these coins are available. Coin experts are calling the Great Southern Treasury Hoard an incredible opportunity. Just call govmint.com at 1-800-859-1518, and you're guaranteed a mint condition 1902 Morgan silver dollar featuring the iconic O Mint mark of the New Orleans Mint. These 119-year-old coins were found in sealed bags that have been untouched since 1902. That makes these unopened bags of Morgan silver dollars extremely rare. To learn more, call 1-800-859-1518. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $10 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-859-1518 now to secure your 1902 Morgan silver dollar coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-859-1518.
The White House now says President Biden will take part at a virtual gathering of the G7 later this week. It'll be the first meeting of G7 leaders since last April. The coronavirus and climate change will top the agenda. Union voting continues at an Amazon warehouse.
Amazon employees looking to unionize in the right-to-work state of Alabama.
We're trying to bring dignity and respect to some workers.
Mail-in voting got underway this past week for workers at the Bessemer warehouse to join the retail, wholesale, and department store union. Michael Foster is a union rep.
When we win, it's to come in and make sure that we're a voice for the people.
This is the biggest union push at Amazon in nearly 10 years as the warehouse has some 6,000 employees. Mark Remillard, ABC News.
Crazy day at the Daytona International Speedway. Rain and lightning stopping the Daytona 500 for 6 hours, giving drivers like Ross Chastain a chance to duck out and hit the drive-thru at a local McDonald's to feed his pit crew.
Yeah, we're racing, and whenever it stops raining.
That posted on Twitter by Chip Ganassi Racing. And in the last lap of the race, just after midnight, the call on the Motor Racing Network.
Both Team Penske cars crash. Keselowski is up in a ball of flame, up into the outside wall. He'll take Kyle Busch with him.
Wow, squeaking through it all, driver Michael McDowell getting his first ever NASCAR Cup Series win. This is ABC News.
President Biden says he will defeat the NRA, and now the NRA is fighting back. All this week, Newsmax TV's Stinchfield tells the real story about Biden and the NRA. Watch Stinchfield at 8 p.m. Eastern on Newsmax TV. It's on all major cable systems. Check your guide or call them. Tell them you want Newsmax. And download the free Newsmax app on your smartphone or smart TV and watch us now. 30 million Americans watch Newsmax. You should too.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
What's floating in the air in your home or business? Don't breathe in that polluted air when you can call the Duct Doctor. They're the experts in cleaning your air ducts and dryer vents because that's all they do, duct cleaning. Armed with the most powerful air duct cleaning vacuum in the industry, they'll get rid of the nasty dust, dander, allergens, and bacterial growth that's in your airways. Protect your family and business. Call the Duct Doctor for a free estimate. 256-929-6500 and online at ductdoctorhuntsville.com.
Alabama license certification number 1987211.
Minutes still matter when it comes to medical emergencies. In some cases, fast care can be life-saving, especially for heart attacks and strokes. So don't delay or be afraid to get help if you need it. Crestwood Medical Center is safe and ready to care for you with limited entry points, screening for everyone, deep cleaning, and social distancing. We're taking extra precautions to help keep you safe. Don't put off emergency care. Visit ercarecrestwood.com or call 911 in an emergency.
WVNN. It's live, it's local, it's the Dale Jackson Show, and it's only on News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. Depend on it.
Gotta save the nation.
Welcome into the Dale Jackson Show. I am not Dale Jackson. I'm Zach Walker, the big, beautiful, bearded host of A Boomer and the Beard every single day right here 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. You've got us for an extra hour today, and we're so thankful that you've chosen to join us. It is Snowpocalypse, Icepocalypse 2021, and as many of you are considering that you'd rather be home in the bed, don't forget to go get your MyPillow by going to mypillow.com and use radio promos. Use promo code BEARD at checkout. You'll get a deep discount on everything on the site. That's mypillow.com/radio specials. Use promo code BEARD at checkout. We are filling in for Dale Jackson on this President's Day edition. And on the day of the presidents, we are ready to kick off our very first segment by thanking Joe Biden for his many accomplishments in his first 30 days. I started last segment by thanking Joe Biden in clearly in 30 days with Icepocalypse 2021 well underway and the coldest temperatures ever recorded in the state of Texas, meaning the entire state was under an emergency winter weather advisory. That's never happened. Clearly, in 31 days or 30 days, how many days he's been in office, he has fixed global warming. Thanks, Joe Biden.
Thanks, Biden.
Thanks, buddy. So what? Let's kick her around the old room here. We'll start with you, Jonah. What is it that, because we're Republicans and we have a strong sense of duty and patriotism, and so regardless of who it is in the office,
is Dale a Republican?
Yes, absolutely. That's a crazy question. That's Ronald, by the way, for those of you listening. But sometimes we might question that. But anyways, What do you got for us this morning?
Well, I was thinking about this the other day before we even started talking about this. As a business owner, I was hearing about the taxes going up and everything like that, and I thought to myself, and to me, the economy still seems to be going pretty good. I had a really good month last month. This month starting off good. So I was like, if they're going to raise taxes on everybody, surely they're going to keep this economy going to get that tax money. So if he props that up, I'd like to thank him for that, because it may be a little bit less in my pocket, but we still going to get it.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks, Biden.
That's right. You have to say thanks, Joe Biden.
Prop that economy up if you're going to tax us more. That's all I'm saying.
Thanks, Joe Biden. Ronald?
You know what? If any of you guys know, I do recruiting in my day job.
He's a headhunter.
I'm a headhunter. I hunt them heads. And one of the things that we always deal with in the recruiting world is ageism, whether it is in the forefront or kind of like just an involuntary action. But since Joe Biden is the oldest person to take the presidency at the ripe old age of 78, I'd like to thank Joe Biden for smashing the ceiling of ageism. Thanks, Joe Biden.
The glass ceiling of ageism.
So, hey, if
first
you guys,
dementia patient in office. Thanks, Joe
right.
Biden.
So if you ever have a problem trying to interview and you think it's ageism, just tell them, hey, the president is old. I can do the job.
Just think about it. We've had a black president. Now we've had
a geriatric president.
That's Grandpa Earpiece.
Grandpa Earpiece. All right, Connor, what do you got over there, buddy?
I've actually noticed a considerable negative under Joe Biden. Have any of y'all noticed Black History Month one day shorter than it was last year?
Oh, my goodness. Wow. From the top rope. I did not notice that. So you mean to tell me that under a Joe Biden presidency, we actually appreciate black people for one less day than under a Donald Trump presidency?
The previous president, he spent 4 years trying to get it lengthened, and he finally succeeded. First act of office is to backtrack and reverse it.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
Thanks, Biden.
Impeach Biden.
That was solid.
Already.
That was solid, Connor. You surprised me with that one. What do we got, Ty?
Mine's going to be a little bit of a feel-good for the parents.
Okay.
He signed an executive order, I think it was on the third day, trying to reopen schools. So all the parents that are struggling being homeschool teachers and they're like, I haven't done this stuff in 30 years. Well, he's opening up a plan to get the kids back in school and they can be a little more socially inept with each other.
Yeah.
And
inept?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the word you were looking for.
I don't know.
Adept?
Whatever.
Adept. Inept means incapable.
Yeah.
Incapable.
Well, they are, right? Well, they are.
They are
right now.
I got you.
Well, we're going to change that.
We're going to go the other way.
Putting them back in school.
That's right. They're making him socially adept.
Adept.
Yeah.
To get back in there. So I'll thank him for that.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
Because I got 2 at the house that we need to get back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we do.
Thanks, Joe Biden. And I'll close us down with I drive a big diesel truck. So as everyone else struggles to keep up with the ridiculously fast rising gas prices, I've seen relatively no change because diesel is a byproduct and should be dang near free, but that's either here nor there. But for the rest of you driving gas-burning, fuel-efficient, yada, yada, yada cars, and it's not going to matter because gas is going to be $7 a gallon, I'm going to sit here at $2.39 a gallon and be thankful for my ridiculously expensive $100 fill-ups. Thanks, Joe Biden.
They should pay you to use the diesel.
That's a fact. But they don't, unfortunately. And so that is that. So on President's Day today, we want to take a moment to celebrate our leader, our commander-in-chief, the one, the only, and I'm just reminding him, your name is actually Joe Biden. So thank you for that. Hayden didn't have anything.
Oh.
He didn't have anything. He's
sorry.
really focused on being really good
present.
at what he does for the show. Yeah.
I'm really working on not screwing up this Dale Jackson next break. So
well, you're doing a great job not screwing up, buddy. This is the Dale Jackson Show. I'm Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host. We are filling in for Dale for this hour. We're so thankful you've joined us. The Dale Jackson Show will be right back.
National News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN.
COVID vaccine clinic closures. Good Monday morning. I'm Pat Simon in the Way 31 newsroom. Vaccine clinics are shutting their doors because of the winter weather. If you're worried about the timing of your second dose, don't be. Health officials say the vaccine is effective for up to 42 days between shots. It is President's Day, meaning no mail, banks are closed, as well as government offices. Multiple warming shelters across our area available today. The Leeton Storm Shelter is open. The Max Luther Center will be opening as a community warming center later on today. In Huntsville, police, along with North Alabama Drug Task Force agents, took several illegal drugs, including dangerous fentanyl, off the street in a massive drug sweep this past week. Street value, $13,000. Police in Florence are asking for your help in a homicide investigation. A medical assistance call led them to the 800 block of North Royal near Braley Stadium. That's where they found 48-year-old Patrice Lott dead. No suspects in the case so far. Stay with Way 31 and our Storm Tracker weather team and the Way 31 weather app for the very latest road conditions and power outages. Pat Simon, Way 31 News.
It's a new year, but for kids in poverty around the world, things are still desperate. Join Compassion International with your one-time $40 gift to provide a COVID relief kit to a family in poverty. Text the word GIVE to 83393. That's GIVE to 83393.
Here's your weather update from the Way 31 Storm Tracker Weather Center on News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN.
Dangerous winter weather will move through North Alabama into your Monday afternoon. Really concerned about slippery roads as more freezing rain, sleet, and even snow as we wrap up the storm through your Monday evening. Roads will continue to stay dangerous with temperatures dropping to the low 20s, if not the teens, by Tuesday morning. And still watching winter weather by Thursday. From the Way 31 Storm Tracker Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Rob Elvington.
There. So welcome back to the Dale Jackson Show. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host, filling in for Dale this morning. So thankful that you choose to join us here each and every day. We will be with you for the next 45 minutes. We got 3 more segments, depending on what happens with the weather and who, if the next group can make it in or not. We may be with you a little while longer. We may not be. So hopefully everybody can make it safely where they're headed. But we are here, and so we will stick with you until they need us to go on. So we in studio this morning. We have Ronald Gulick, flew in from Northern Virginia to join us today and all week long here. He's a long-standing friend of mine and has been a guest on our show many, many times.
Friend is a strong word.
That's fair. We've got my friend Jonah, we've got Ty, we've got producer Connor, we've got Bro Montana, Hayden over on Master Controls, spinning the 1s and 2s. And so we are super thankful for you joining us each and every day. Now we need to talk about something, Ronald, because last night on the way from the airport, we were talking about our past life and back in the day. So I moved to Northern Virginia when I was 8, and you came in a couple years later. You met me around the time I was like 11 or 12 years old.
I moved there in 2001.
Okay.
Yep.
So 2001, I was in. So the way we knew each other, where you were a volunteer with the youth group.
Yep.
And I was a member of the youth group.
Yep.
And you were always the funny, jokester, handsome, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
You were always Mr. Popular with all. But then again, now to be fair, you were the adult hanging out with the kids, so popularity was pretty easy at that point.
Yes, it was. A couple stupid human tricks, and I had you guys wrapped around my finger.
Yeah, but I said last night, I didn't think you liked me, and you said I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say that I liked you. It wasn't that I disliked you. I didn't hate you. There were certainly no strong feelings of hate there. You were just. I told Zach last night that he was just a tryhard. So,
was he a tubby little kid or what?
No, he was fit baseball player. Too cool. Tried to be too cool for his own britches in certain ways. I liked you just fine. I like talking to you. I felt you needed some guidance, but yeah, you were a tryhard.
What does that mean?
What does a tryhard mean?
Yeah,
just means like you try too hard to be cool, to fit in, to do whatever. Like I knew I was cool, and you were trying to be in my group, and I was like, dude, you're trying too hard. Just don't try so hard.
Turn it down a notch.
That's right. Why are you all up in my face all the time? You were just jealous of all my stuff.
Yeah. So I almost turned around, took it back to the airport. Decided not to.
You're like that ain't happening.
Decided not to, but So it's all fun and games till someone gets their feelings hurt. But no, I'm kidding. Totally joking. It was it's nice to have you here. We made our treacherous journey back from Nashville last night. On the way there, I got sideways twice. On the way home, we only had one slippery moment. But we did see a bunch of vehicles turned over and in the ditches and all over the place. So if you guys are out driving right now, you probably shouldn't be. It's pretty. I don't know. Everything I'm seeing on social media from the police and the people that I know in county management and stuff, the Limestone County EMA just put out a emergency declaration. Roads are impassable. Now that's county roads. City roads are looking worse. So if you have to drive, I understand that some of you guys are have no choice but to drive. A couple of tips coming from a couple of guys that have done a lot of driving in ice and snow. Do not touch the brakes unless give yourself plenty of room to stop because you're going to slide. Don't touch the brakes unless you have to. And like I said, when you do have to, give them a ton of room. And if your vehicle is rear-wheel drive, you probably just should stay home because you're going to go nowhere. Front-wheel drive is going to have a better shot, but even front-wheel and four-wheel drive will wreck on ice just like anything else will. And so, be careful out there, and we're going to be here to keep you guys company and ready to rock and roll as we go. So I have a story here that I want to talk about. This lady from The Mandalorian. Are we familiar with her name? And Ty, you're welcome to come back around if you're good over there. You're welcome to come back around or stay there either way. But former Mandalorian actress Gina Carano. How do you say it? Carano? Anybody know? Gina Carano will be collaborating with Ben Shapiro's conservative news website, The Daily Wire, to develop a new film project.
Have you seen what's happening with the stock market? Record highs every day.
Hayden,
how long can this possibly go on?
You gotta stop that, buddy. What was that?
Sorry, man. I don't know. Just skipped right ahead, but I got you.
Okay, so are we still good?
Up. Yeah, we're
just
good.
happy to be here.
Okay, all right. Have you seen what's going on in the stock market? So, former Mandalorian actress. So, the announcement came less than 24 hours after it announced that Carino had been fired from The Mandalorian for controversial social media posts that seemingly compared the treatment of Republicans. Look this up. Her post that compared the treatment of Republicans to Jewish victims of the Holocaust. That is a question that I need to understand the background on this, because from here where I'm standing, it looks like a case of cancel culture.
Absolutely. I mean, it wasn't even that bad. Well, and she had a good point.
Well, but you also have to keep in mind too that Ben Shapiro is in fact a very prominent and practicing Jewish member, like religiously and socially. Like so, Ben Shapiro, I listened to something on Ben Shapiro this weekend too that was talking about this too, and he'd said too, he's like, I don't like it when people compare the Holocaust to anything. Like he said, just as a Jew, I don't want you to compare it to anything. So, just basically just leave that off the table. However, he did say that the point that she was making, was a pretty good point, and the point she was making was just simply, if I read it correctly, was the fact that the Holocaust did not start just off the Holocaust. Like they didn't just say, go round up the Jews, stick them in a concentration camp. The government started off by pushing hate towards Jewish people.
Here's the exact quote. Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that it is to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up the thousands of Jews. The government first made their own neighbors hate them for simply being Jews.
Mm-hmm.
How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? So what she's trying to say here is where they started by making your neighbor, your fellow man, hate you. And then they made it easy for the government to round you up. And so one begot the other. And so while her tweet may have not been sensitive to certain people, her point is not I don't want to say not wrong, but it's certainly
it's not lost.
It's not lost. No, it's right. That is what's happening. History is being edited. We're being forced to a fake history. We're being beaten in the streets by our neighbors. I mean, for being a conservative Republican, we get called every name in the book. We get yada 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 yada. Like I get it. And so ultimately,
to be fair, enough conservatives do it the opposite direction too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's not just one way. I mean, it goes both ways. I mean, we have gotten to such a divisive point in our nation's history that the hatred is going each and every way. Now, I do think that right now, because the power of censorship and such falls into liberal hands more so, there's more options available to them to really spew their hate. We can't hardly spew anything, whether it's hate or fact, without getting censored.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised we still have a platform, honest to God.
And I think what she was talking about was also that, again, we're on this slippery slope of more and more and more. Like last week when we was talking about, was it the Fourth Amendment we was talking about last week? Or
Yes. Sorry.
Just losing rights, and then now this little bit of criticism is just into this cancel culture we're at, and it backfired on her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she proved her point big time.
Well, Ben Shapiro in his monologue too, he brought up the fact that I can't remember the other guy's name, but there is another guy on The Mandalorian that posted a tweet about the Holocaust too, and the point that he made was like, this is the same thing, just in reverse. I wish I could. I'll try to pull that tweet up to give it more context too. But
and it just, again, I don't know that she's wrong about this. I think that we have gotten to a point where the playbook right now is to spew hatred and create hate for people that aren't like you, and
her point got proven for her when she got canceled.
That's fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. No, you're exactly right. And so ultimately, I don't. First of all, at
least she got picked up. I mean,
by a Jew.
She gonna do something else. Mm-hmm.
By a Jewish man. No doubt.
Well, that goes back to the point. I think you guys brought this up last week. I can't remember what you were talking about, but the fact. I remember it was about the. Remember when y'all were talking about the National Guard sleeping in a parking garage? And
yes.
And then was it, they brought this up and they said, oh, that's horrible. Biden said he'd look into it, or Congress people said they'd look into it. But it's like, nobody in the National Guard is complaining. So why are you? This didn't affect you. It didn't impact you. Like if you're not Jewish and you're not complaining about it, I mean, why?
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. That's like the Lombardi Trophy lady who didn't even sculpt the trophy, whose dad did it some 30 years ago, saying this deeply offends me. I couldn't sleep last night. I was so upset about it. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
If it offends you, there might be something wrong with
you. It's a trophy that a bunch of, these guys get paid millions of dollars to hit other men for a living and toss a ball around. Like if they're, What do you think they're going to do with the trophy? What do you think happens to the Stanley Cup, Lord Stanley's Cup? Well, you don't even want to know what's been drank out of there, what's been put in there, what's been. I mean, it is. Some of the stories for the Stanley Cup they'll make you blush. It's like we're looking for a reason to cancel anybody, period. But also, furthermore, more importantly, we're really looking for a reason to cancel right-wing people.
And Tom Brady, everybody knows he's a Trump supporter, so.
Yeah, I thought that was funny when he had that Trump hat in his locker. And the "Make America Great Again." Come on, baby, make America great again.
We will make America great again.
That's right. That is right.
Thanks, Trump.
Yeah, no, I mean, look.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
So there.
That is true.
Poor kids are just as talented as white kids. Anyways, just curious about that. I saw that on our site here, and it just had me curious as to what happened. In other news, the Jeopardy star Braden Smith. Connor, are you a Jeopardy fan? I'm curious.
I am. Yeah.
I figured as much. So did you mourn this weekend?
I did. Yeah.
He was like a superstar in the Jeopardy community, huh?
Yeah, well, he was Alex Trebek's last champion, and he was a good contestant too.
I could see you being a big Jeopardy fan.
Oh, when Alex Trebek died, that was a rough little time.
Yeah, rough patch there.
Yeah.
I'll take mourning for 50, Bob. So.
You always say Bob, like
it's
Bob.
Alex.
I know.
Alex.
I know.
Yeah.
Bob's always been there for me. I don't know.
Well, Bob was on The Price is Right. What Bob?
Yeah, the Price is Wrong. Bob
Barker.
Yes, I got the two mixed up. God bless America.
It's like when he was calling me Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, and I meant ZZ Top the whole time. Yeah, I was calling him Led Zeppelin for like a week, and it was all about ZZ Top.
You had the Z's right.
Speaking of, I feel a little bit out of place
You
here.
should.
Without,
You
all
should
you
feel a
guys
little
can
less
grow a
manly.
beard. Well, I mean, we can compare other things, but
Okay.
I feel just out of place that I can't grow a beard at all.
Now, Connor doesn't have to worry about it because he's 17. But we do have a bet, though. We do have a bet. The bet is if I'm able to lose the weight in the 90 days, he's going to go a month without shaving.
Connor?
Yeah.
That is a deal we made.
Can you grow full facial?
Probably not, but I mean, it will
It's
grow.
going to look like a patchwork quilt.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 43 and I still can't, so.
I don't know. We'll see. I've never really tried. I mean, I grew it out a little bit in the very beginning of quarantine, but it just got too annoying.
Yeah.
So I've just cut it all off.
Just shaved it all off.
Mhm.
You know, if you shave every day against the grain, you might be able to do it. There's some
Think so?
creams you could put on your face.
I don't know.
It's like Magic Grow for your face, like a chia.
Like a chia.
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 Yeah, anyway, so
I'm okay with
Brandon, I'm sorry, Connor, didn't mean to offend you. Braden Smith, Jeopardy superstar, died at the age of 24. He apparently had some complications with some other things, and was hospitalized for days prior to his death. And so may he rest in peace. Maybe he and Trebek are putting on one heck of a game up in the celestial area. This is the Dale Jackson Show, and your good buddies Boomer and the Beard will be back shortly in a minute.
Dale Jackson. This is News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. News starts now.
A major winter blast says us that
in snow. We've had several days of freezing temperatures.
More than 40 states are under some sort of winter weather advisory. They are implementing rolling blackouts across Texas because of the strain on the power grid. More members of Congress, both Democrats and Republicans, say they would be in favor of a September 11th style commission to look into the deadly Capitol riots on January 6th. The new ABC News Ipsos poll shows 58% of Americans think Donald Trump should have been convicted in his most recent impeachment trial. Number of Americans getting sick with and dying from COVID continues to drop. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Where Alabama talks, WVNN. Depend on it.
We know that for farmers, it all starts with planting. That's why here at Vantage South, we offer the tools you'll need to do the best job possible. When you pull the planter to the field, be it servicing your original planter meters and/or a test stand to minimize skips and improve singulation, or installing an entire precision planting system, including individual electric drive meters and automatic down pressure, we have a solution. Vantage South has been serving the Mid-South for over 10 years. We're your premier dealership for Trimble, Precision Planting, and Capstan Agriculture. We pride ourselves in having the best product, services, and support in the industry. To make sure your planter is field ready, call our North Alabama Vantage South office at 256-803-1610. That's 256-803-1610. Vantage South, your partner in precision agriculture.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune into Your Retirement Matters with Chartered Financial Consultant Chris Wallace of WG Financial Group. Saturdays at 7, 8:30, and noon, and Sunday mornings at 7, 8, and 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Start your retirement planning this weekend. Join Chris Wallace of WG Financial Group every Saturday at 7, 8:30, and noon, and Sunday morning at 7, 8, and 9 for Your Retirement Matters. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
It's your news now. WVNN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to the Dale Jackson Show. I am not Dale Jackson. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host of Boomer and the Beard every single day right here, 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. We are the early morning team. You got an extra hour from us this morning before the legendary Will Hampson makes his way in at 8 o'clock on the treacherous, icy roads. He is probably headed this way now, and so Will, take your time. Be safe, buddy. Don't make any sudden adjustments with your steering wheel and or your accelerator or brake pedal. Pretty solid advice, huh? I got it all.
Yeah.
Tied up and wrapped up in a neat little bow. There's nothing we love better here than taking a dive into the pool of liberal tears. Swimming around. Getting the backstroke, hitting the breaststroke, hitting the whatever stroke. What other strokes are there? There's the fly. There's the... Anyways.
The dolphin? No, that's not one.
No, the mermaid. The Senate voted to acquit former President Donald Trump. You don't say. Anybody thought that was going to turn out differently? I'll wait. Thank you. 866-494-9866, Bullet & Barrel Shot Line. If you guys want to join us and have anything to add to our last segment or this one, 866-494-9866. But with Trump being acquitted of a charge, here's the charge: incitement of an insurrection. Liberal Hollywood celebrities suffered a complete meltdown over the results of the impeachment trial. This tells you two things. One, they think they're way more important than they are. And two, they're stupid as a rock. Because Ray Charles saw this coming, if he's being honest. And so, all of a sudden, all the Democratic senators and 7 Republicans voted to convict Trump, resulting in a 57-43, which is 10 short of the 67 needed to secure a conviction, which means there are 7 Republican senators that really need to be looked at, if that's your state, by the way, because Mitt Romney, I'm talking about you specifically. Your Facebook post was the most ludicrous post I've ever read in my entire life after the fact. But the hashtag 43 traitors trended. That's a lot of T's and R's. The hashtag 43 traitors trended on Twitter after Trump's acquittal. Good, we got through that. Which was full of rage towards the 43 Republicans who voted to acquit. So now the 43 Republicans are actually traitors.
And I just read something to where McConnell said that he's not going to support any Trump-backed candidates coming up in the future.
Yeah, good luck.
And so they're going to we're going to have a civil war in the Republican Party.
Oh, it's going to be mayhem in the Republican Party.
Does anybody else think McConnell needs to retire anyway?
I think McConnell's going to have one of them guys, a Trump backer, running against him.
He should.
I didn't know where you were going there, and I didn't know what you're talking about. Trump backers doing something crazy, so I just said, easy. We are broadcasting. U.S. traitors who are convicted of treason are subject to, quote, suffer death or shall be in prison not less than 5 years. First of all, let's talk about that statute. Those are a little bit, it feels a little off balance. It's either the death or 5 years in prison. Like, I'll take what's behind door number 2, Bob. Like, 5 years in prison or death? Doesn't that seem a little off balance there in this?
For being a traitor?
Yeah, in the sentencing department. I mean, look, if
I
on
mean, if
one
I was
hand,
truly a traitor, I don't think that. But that's not the question.
No, but my point is this is a side note. The scales of justice on one hand says death, and the other one, in my mind, I'm thinking at least life in prison. And we're going to go with 5 years? The disparity between those two sides of the scales are slightly off balance. That's neither here nor there. But Twitter reactions have come in crazy. The Frozen voice actor Josh Gad, as if anybody knows who he is, tweeted a list of traitors and said this. Democratic advocate Deborah Messing also shared the list of Republicans to vote out in 2022.
Yeah, I mean, being up in Northern Virginia, there was a lot of people that were upset and posted on Facebook about how upset they were that he wasn't convicted.
Well, I can't read this quote. Good gosh,
easy
words are hard.
Tweeting quote. This
Words
quote
are
tweet
so hard.
from Rosie O'Donnell, because we all know she's got the mouth of a sailor.
But
she
that's okay
says
because it's against Trump.
That's right. No, you could literally hold the severed head of a Trump doll and still have a job,
and still be on Twitter.
But if you say anything, never mind. I'm not going to go there. Well, F you all, traitors, cult members, reality deniers. You have no shame. You tossed your legacy in with his. The nation will not forget your betrayal. He tried to kill Mike Pence, for God's sake. What will it take? D word. Hashtag Trump is guilty. We got to break this quote down here. Connor, you are the fact-checking machine. At what point did Donald J. Trump actively try to end the life of one Mike Pence? Do you know of any hit on his life perpetrated by Trump or his supporters?
I will say that. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say not by the president directly. It could be argued that maybe his supporters there, but
it could be argued they tried to kill Mike Pence.
Yeah.
Physically?
Well, they were after him. I mean,
Hang Mike Pence was trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Oh yeah,
that's
Mike
terrible.
Pence.
Republicans are stupid if they said that. What were you going to say, Ronald?
No, I mean, Trump, I will say the one thing that kind of caught me off guard is Trump did, I can't remember what he said exactly, but, he said that Mike Pence wasn't going to live up to his not end of the bargain, but what did he say? He said that he's not.
When he called in the guard, he kind of said that he backtracked and they didn't show the intestinal fortitude to do what was right instead of calling it in, just letting it ride out versus.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I was like, come on, man. Like, Trump has been on your side and to try to do the best he can for a long time, and he's toted the line pretty well, in my opinion. So for him to throw him under the bus like that a little bit, even in just that one quote, did kind of piss me off.
No, I didn't like it. And look, we've been on record here 100 times of saying that Donald Trump's biggest fatal flaw, the mistake he made was just being a jerk, not recognizing that the bully complex would not work. Right.
Not all the
bully
time.
complex did not work because he lost the segment of the voter block that gave him the election last time, which was suburban housewives. And suburban housewives trying to raise kids, right? Trying to bring up some children in this world, and looking at Donald Trump, this big meanie pants, right? The big mean orange guy is not and he wasn't the example that you'd want for your child. I mean, I don't want my kid to turn out like Mike Trump.
Mike Trump.
I swear on my life, I'm going to just give up today. Golly.
Joe Trump
and Biden and all of them. But Rosie chiming in a little bit more. I love when celebrity lefties are angry, because they just show you how self-important they think they're. Guilty, so shut the French toast. Ever play among us with that sneaky, I can't say that MF word.
Motherfather.
Jim Gaffigan. Is McConnell now trying to convince the historians that he has no soul? Jeffrey Wright. This body, Congress, is not invited to act as the nation's overreaching moral tribune, and he says clearly. So it appeared rather to be an overreaching moral tribunal, which is what that was.
And McConnell's speech after that vote did not match how he voted. I was kind of surprised at things that he said, and then voted not guilty.
Yeah, that's called playing both lines.
Yeah, he's not guilty, but we're probably going to need to do some more investigating.
That's called keeping everybody happy. That's called being a politician.
Well, that's part of it too, but I mean, it's like convicting somebody of anything heinous, right? Sometimes I could think what you did was heinous, but I don't really think that it matches the crime or matches the justice that you want me to impose either.
It's almost like we don't want to say he's guilty, but we want the police or some other charge to say he's guilty. Like somebody else.
A couple of other quotes here we got to get through before the break. Ron Perlman, one of my all-time favorites, Sons of Anarchy guy right there. He's an idiot, but his divorce is in the news heavily right now. It's pretty funny. He asked the judge to unmarry him before he was officially unmarried so he could get remarried again, and got it granted. So we talk about a moral compass here, okay? This guy wants to talk about moral compass. Yo, Donnie, you're about to be acquitted. Yo, Donnie, that's how we start off with. Yo, Donnie, you're about to be acquitted. But just like you got your aide kicked out of office by the American people, you will always just be a stain forever because we see you, you piece of S. Okay. Bette Midler. Hey, Bette Midler, shut up and sing. Americans, prepare to have your hearts broken. He got away with murder. Let that sink in. The lopsided vote is an American tragedy of monumental proportions, one we made all by ourselves. The consequences of this travesty have yet to be known, but I predict they will be uglier than even the last 4 years have been. Okay, shut up. Here's the best one. Here is the best one. And I don't even know who this is. Pam Keith Esquire. I don't know who that is. Osama bin Laden did not fly planes into any U.S. buildings. He just asked and inspired people to do it, drew money and resources to the effort, set the timing, and launched the execution from the far. In what way was Donald Trump's role in 1/6 any different? Whoa. So now we're going to draw a comparison. So we can't draw a comparison to a time in history where Jewish people were targeted by their neighbors in an attempt to set up the upcoming government takeover that was coming, but we can make Donald Trump now we're going to make him the leader of Al Qaeda.
Mm-hmm. Because 5 people died total, right? But that's in question.
Yeah.
But
so
versus 9/11,
and at least he's moved on from Hitler. Now
it's Osama bin Laden. It's a great point.
This is the Dale Jackson Show. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host. We're so thankful that you choose to join us. Hayden's going to take us to a break here in a minute. This is Dale Jackson Show, and we will be right back.
This is the Dale Jackson Show. News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN.
COVID vaccine clinic closures. Good Monday morning. I'm Pat Simon in the Way 31 newsroom. Vaccine clinics are shutting their doors because of the winter weather. If you're worried about the timing of your second dose, don't be. Health officials say the vaccine is effective for up to 42 days between shots. It is President's Day, meaning no mail, banks are closed, as well as government offices. Multiple warming shelters across our area available today. The Leeton Storm Shelter is open. The Max Luther Center will be opening as a community warming center later on today. In Huntsville, police, along with North Alabama Drug Task Force agents, took several illegal drugs, including dangerous fentanyl, off the street in a massive drug sweep this past week. Street value, $13,000. Police in Florence are asking for your help at a homicide investigation. A medical assistance call led them to the 800 block of North Royal near Braley Stadium. That's where they found 48-year-old Patrice Lott dead. No suspects in the case so far. Stay with Way 31 and our Storm Tracker weather team and the Way 31 weather app for the very latest road conditions and power outages. Pat Simon, Way 31 News.
Here's your weather update from the Way 31 Storm Tracker Weather Center on News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN.
Dangerous winter weather continues for North Alabama with the next round of heavy precipitation moving in through the rest of your Monday morning and into your Monday afternoon. A winter storm warning remains in effect for all of North Alabama through 6 o'clock Tuesday morning, and we'll see freezing rain to sleet to snow with the heavy precipitation exiting by this evening. From the Way 31 Storm Tracker Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Rob Elvington.
Hey, it's Yaffe here. I was talking to my friends at H.C. Blake Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing. Did you know that indoor air can be 10 times worse than outside? Mold, bacteria, and viruses inside your home. I decided to get an indoor air assessment from H.C. Blake. It took less than an hour and was only $99. They even did my AC tune-up for free. Do what I did. Get the tune-up you need anyway and know your family is safe. Call H.C. Blake at 256-469-3353.
Attention men, have you ever been embarrassed when the time was right, but you just couldn't perform? Now you can. Have the pills failed you? There's hope. The secret is a visit to the Huntsville Men's Clinic. That's right. Men from 21 to 85 are performing better than before, often regardless of age or medical condition. Their urologists and providers are using treatments that can help you perform for 30 minutes to an hour and a half of full male performance, all without surgery. Your total cost for the doctor's visit, all tests, including a PSA and testosterone test, is only $99. Give them a call, even if the pills haven't worked for you, or you have heart problems or prostate issues. If you have erectile dysfunction or just want to perform much better, call now. 256-368-0333. That's 256-368-0333. Get your confidence back. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 256-368-0333. Or go to HuntsvilleMen'sClinic.com.
Where Alabama talks. WVNN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to the Dale Jackson Show. I am Zach Walker, the big, beautiful, bearded host of Boomer and the Beard every single day, 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. Be sure to go to boomerandbeard.com. Boomer and Beard, spell out the word and.com to make sure you're following along with our podcast and interacting with us on social media and any of the many ways that we get our content out to you each and every day. We're so thankful for you, and we are, like I said, filling in for Dale. This is our last segment with you, and then the legendary Will Hampson will be jumping on and joining you guys and taking you the rest of the way home. Our last segment today is one that we've been looking forward to. I've been looking forward to all day. U.S. Navy Task Force makes sailors pledge to, quote, advocate for and acknowledge all lived experiences and intersectional identities. Can I please get a translator? Ty, as our veteran, one of our veterans on, you speak military. What in the hell does that mean?
I have no idea.
I don't either. Anybody care to take a crack at it?
I'm just staring.
Connor, as our liberal Sherpa?
Repeat it one more time.
Okay. U.S. Navy Task Force makes sailors pledge to, quote, advocate for and acknowledge all lived experiences and intersectional identities. I think I have an idea here, but I'm going to see what Connor, if he can crack the code.
I got nothing on this one.
Okay. All lived experience. Here's where I think this is going. And I have not, for the record, I have not read this story. I just have looked at the headline, and I'm trying to take my crack at it just like the rest of us. Lived experiences. I think this is going to be something about what you think you are, claiming to identify as, like your lived experience as a male or female, regardless of your born sex or your biological sex. And intersectional identities would be places where, in my opinion, reality intersects with a fairy tale, but an intersection between real and what you perceive yourself to be. So let's take a look at this and see. This is not your grandfather's Navy. The pledge for a new United States Navy Task Force has some very progressive sounding language in it. Looks like it was written by a woke campus diversity officer, not an officer of the United States military. It was established to combat discrimination in the Navy. Are you kidding me? I thought, never mind. That was a good joke, and you knew where I was going with that, but I decided not to. That's called wisdom. Advocate for and acknowledge, and there it is again. The task force was established on June 30th with a mission to address issues of racism, sexism, and other destructive biases and their impact on naval readiness. Anyone any closer here? The task force will seek to promptly address the full spectrum of systematic racism, advocate for the needs of underserved communities, and work to dismantle barriers and equalize professional development frameworks. Has anyone gotten any closer? Okay.
No.
As a Navy, uniform and civilian, active and reserve, we cannot tolerate discrimination or racism of any kind. We must work to identify and eliminate individual and systematic racism within our force. Anybody any closer?
So what it's getting at is you need to be able to identify and speak on behalf of any other individual in the military that has lived through any kind of harassment or like abuse, like MST, in the military, or any sort of like verbal or physical abuse, to be able to identify those things and then talk about them to advocate for those individuals.
Okay. Oh, gosh. Here's the pledge. You guys want to hear the pledge?
Oh, please.
As a key member of the task force, one, I will invest the time, attention, and empathy required. Yeah, raise your hand. Put your other hand on the Bible. A woman. Navy-wide issues related to racism, sexism, ableism. Connor? Look that up. Ableism. 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 Is that a thing? Ableism and other structural and interpersonal biases. I pledge to be actively inclusive in the public and private spheres where I live and work, and proactively encourage others to do the same. I pledge to advocate for and acknowledge all lived experiences and intersectional identities of every sailor in the Navy. I don't even know what that means. I pledge to engage in ongoing self-reflection, education, and knowledge sharing to better myself and my communities. I pledge to be an example in establishing healthy, inclusive, and team-oriented environments. I pledge to constructively share all experiences and information gained from activities above to inform the development of Navy-wide reforms. Do we have a definition of ableism?
I actually knew this one. Ableism is discrimination based on disability.
Okay.
Oh.
Not a great name for that. I'd maybe throw a D on the front of that, but that's just me. Let me break this down. Let Ty and I break this down for you at the military level. This is a bunch of big words that mean nothing that are an attempt to make two soldiers happy that threaten to go to the highest level because they think they're a dude and they're not, or they think they're a chick and they're not. And this is their politically correct way of saying on our ships and in our Navy, which, let's be honest, never mind. I was going to make another Navy joke, and then I didn't. That's called wisdom. You know what they say about the Coast Guard, right? They don't even give them flotation devices anymore. They don't get far enough offshore. Anyways. Sorry, I'm on a roll this morning. Just to break that down for you, though, that's really what we're talking about here, because this is a big joke. Is this anything but a joke? Is this real? This is like the don't ask, don't tell policy when it went into effect.
And then
you think anything changed in the military? Do you think anything changed in the military?
No.
I was in right when that thing started, okay? My time in the Army started with don't ask, don't tell. You think it changed a thing in the military?
No.
Nope. You know what happened? Never mind. I'm not gonna put that out there.
And now women are allowed to wear makeup and do their nails and stuff in the Army too, or something.
Yeah, look, let me make a suggestion to you, Mr. Biden, and anyone in power and with any authority. Stay away from our military. Don't try to change. I mean, we've got the most dominant military force in the history of the world. And with your wimpification of our military, we're going to see ourselves unable and unready to defend our country when the need arises. And the need will arise. The need will arise, whether it's foreign or domestic. All we're doing is destroying our own ability to respond in our time of need. There's nothing else to this. I mean, stay away from our military. If you want to wimpify schools, if you want to make colleges woke, if you want to take away the church's right to gather because of a mask, if you want to strip liberty from Americans left and right, top to bottom, side to side, be my guest. But stay away from our military. I mean, can I get an amen? Like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Well, at some point you have to ask yourself, I mean, in any area of our life and our military and our government, we can always get better. So where does it start as far as trying to get better at something?
And then when you look at what China and Russia is doing to build up their men, I mean, like China's playing around with genetics and stuff, trying to make stronger men. And here we are over here talking about sensitivities and makeup and fingernail polish and stuff. I mean,
I don't know, man. I just struggle with this. I mean, leave them alone. You think the Navy SEALs care anything about lived experiences?
Well,
yeah, they do. I guarantee you their lived experiences are different. I guarantee you there's not a man amongst us that could go through them. I mean, it's just if we are at the point, look, the military works, and Ty, you could attest to this. It changed my life for this reason. I didn't get to change the framework. I had to fit within the framework. It was the first time in my life I had no control over anything, and I literally did what I was told or else. There was nothing else. It was or else. I got the smoked out of me is what happened. If I acted out, if I smiled when I wasn't supposed to smile, if I didn't eat my cottage cheese fast enough, if I ate my spaghetti with a spoon slower than I was supposed to, I got the smoked out of me, right? If you can't operate in a world, if you need inclusion in your life, The military is not the place for you.
No, because there's a standard, and you have to meet that standard. And the change
Why?
is coming across is that the standard is you're trying to bring the standard down to where you are versus exceeding or being at where you're.
And why does
supposed
the
to be.
standard matter so much?
Well,
because lives depend on it.
Yeah.
I mean, you were in Solder City. You were in some pretty rough stuff over there. I mean, I don't know your experience, but based on what I know about the country you were in, the time you were there, it was pretty rough. And it wasn't time to identify as anything other than I'm trying to live. I'm trying to fight for my brother, my sister, whoever's next to me. And men and women didn't matter. It did not matter. If you had a female inclusion team with you, one of those teams that were out in the field helping engage with the local populace, it didn't matter. They were part of your team. The defense of them was the same. And guess what? They'd pull out their M4 and engage a target in a heartbeat too, because that's what you do to dumb down our military in this way. Like, why can't we just say some people aren't cut out for military service, period? Because guess what? You're not. You're not. If what I'm saying right now offends you, Cupcake, you're not cut out to serve in our military. Pick a different path. Go be a woke campus officer at some college. You'll make more money. You'll enjoy. Look, there's nothing enjoyable about being in the military until you love it. And then it's all enjoyable. Or you're out. But really and truly, it's years of just getting along. You're just making it. But you have a higher purpose. There's a greater calling.
And the standard always changed.
That's right.
The 6 years that I did, the first year I was in, there was a standard. But by the last year I got out, if I had done what I'd done the first year, I wouldn't have made it through the last year.
No, I just can't. I just can't wrap my mind around this. I just have a really hard time with I just wish people would just stay away.
That's why I didn't get in. I knew I wasn't cut out for it. I mean, these like feminine features never made it in there.
Thank you for that, Ronald.
You're welcome.
This has been our Monday morning show. Icepocalypse 2021 is upon us. We will be available somehow tomorrow in some combination. Connor will likely be producing from home. We will likely be, it depends. The weather could change, right? I mean, there could be nothing that happens and we could all be fine. But somehow, some way, we will find a way to get on a microphone and talk to you tomorrow. We don't know who will be here or how we'll do it, but by God, we will find a way to make it happen. We're so thankful you've chosen to join us here on the Dale Jackson Show this morning. Coming up next, the legendary Will Hampson will carry you the rest of the way. As for Boomer and the Beard, we're out. Have a wonderful day. Be safe. We love you.
This is the Dale Jackson Show.